Today's Sunday session is brought to you thanks to the fine folks at More Beer. Visit them right now at morebeer.com.
Feels like work. Shooting the shit for 2 hours, drinking beer and talking beer. What a wonderful experience.
Can we not have the barf bucket near my mixing board?
I think everybody could read the book.
I knew you were going to use this book as an excuse to quit doing this show.
Mrs. Bub, if you want, I can mail you the Bub Timer.
Yeah, Newcastle. Especially in the can. Have you ever had it in the can? No, I have not had it in the can.
Notice I closed my eyes and I concentrated really hard.
Now, live from the Brewing Network studios in Northern California, this is the radio program for home brewers, craft brewers, beer lovers, and beer geeks. It's your only source for live beer radio that brings expert brewers together with, well, expert drinkers. This is the radio program with a head on it. This is The Session.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the program, and thank you for joining us. Just a day after our one-year anniversary celebration here at the Hop Grenade yesterday, where tons of people came out and drank a lot of amazing beer. We still have some of it on tap if you want to come down tonight. In fact, our sponsor of today's program, More Beer, is even here drinking today. He's out on our patio having some of this great tap list. It was a zoo here yesterday. I walked in at 2, and it was already just full up. But it was a good time.
It was cool to see how many industry people were here.
Yeah, we had a lot of brewers come out and people from all over the industry. People from other beer bars came to support us, which I thought was really nice.
Yep.
Turns out like the folks from Caps and Taps out in Livermore, which is another cool beer place like ours, they came out in the end of the evening. The Barclays people came out, which is really nice. That's like a legendary pub to me, to everybody, I would guess. So they came out and hung out. Yeah, so it was just cool people. A lot of good-looking people, too.
Yeah.
It was we had a good-looking crowd yesterday.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Bevo.
Present company excluded.
Well, Bevo came all churched up, too. So
Was all churched up.
Yeah.
Had your crown on?
My cool partners came into town for it. Marty's the cool partner. He's got all the swagger.
The apple fell real far from the tree.
The tree threw the apple.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
It rolled down a hill, across the field.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was fun.
The tree was an apricot tree, of God's sakes. And the apple was an apple.
Yes.
Justin pulled the I got to go home at about 3:30 and catch some Z's before I come back here move.
Yeah.
Power nap.
So I did, I kind of behaved myself yesterday, actually. I mean, I was feeling pretty good when I left, but I left about 6 or so. I just couldn't sleep, man. I went home. I think I slept for 2 hours, and then we had a bunch of stuff to do today, so I don't know what happened. Yeah, and I don't do the nap thing very well either. If I take a nap, I'm usually done for the day, but there was no choice in the matter this time around, so try to power nap. We'll see how it goes. I'm still excited about today's show. So we got a lot of good stuff happening. We've got a brewery from South Korea on the program with us today.
Yep.
And they didn't fly in. The BN jet doesn't go that far.
Well, it's a prop job. It's just not a long-range plane.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Plus, we've had run-ins with North Korea before in the jet, so we thought...
Mistaken landing.
The navigation's not very good.
So we don't even like going near the region anymore.
I was telling Sam about the guest tonight, and
Yeah.
I was like, I don't remember whether they're from like North Korea, and he was like, pretty sure that's not what's happening.
Yeah, their beer is made with dirt.
Yeah, Kim Jong-il will actually be on the program tonight.
He's the brewmaster there.
He's
the master of everything.
Yeah, right.
Their beer is actually just colored in. It's pencil relief drawing of beer. Because they don't have resources. They don't have the grain.
No, but they are good at pretending that beer's good.
It's the best beer ever.
Yeah.
It's a little chalky, but I think it's fine.
They've got some water issues, clearly.
Yeah.
Galmegi Brewing Company out of South Korea is going to be on the program tonight. We're going to talk to Stefan from Galmegi and learn about his story and a little bit about the South Korean beer scene. So this is a first for us here on the BN.
Yeah.
We've talked to different countries around the world, but never a Korean country. So I think that's kind of exciting. So we're going to be doing that today. As I mentioned, More Beer is our sponsor of this program. They bring you this program and every session that we do. So go over to morebeer.com right now and give them a little bit of love. If you're looking for books or things like that we used to carry in the store, you can go buy it from More Beer because we just do our own T-shirts now and hats and stuff like that. We do have a new website up that you'll see, but the store's the same. Good old great merchandise that we've always had. But if you're looking for anything else, go over to our fine sponsor, More Beer. They've been good to us.
Yeah.
And they're here getting drunk right now, so that's cool. giving that money back.
Yeah. Well, now's the time to hit them up. If you want a discount, come down and go and ask him. Yeah. Owen will grab you on the shoulder and smile at you and go, well, and he'll mutter something, and you won't know what it is. But that's the best you're going to get.
They're coming out with new brew sculptures soon, too.
They better.
They kind of gave us a sneak peek at the National Homebrewers Conference this year, so be on the lookout for that. Maybe they'll be kind of discounting any of the floor models left or something when they release the new ones. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not starting rumors here.
Well, I think you are.
I'm speculating that maybe that would happen.
Isn't that a rumor?
Is it? No, a rumor is like, hey, so I heard that they're discounting, but I didn't hear anything. I'm just speculating that they might.
Okay.
But the rumor's usually a lie. Yeah. So saying, one and the same, really.
That's not what I hear.
Okay. Now that's a rumor.
There you go.
All right, so go check them out over at morebeer.com. So a couple of announcements for you real quick. We do have a brand new Brewing Network website up. I told you about it last week. Please go check it out, dig around a little bit. We're still working out some of the kinks. It happens. Plus, I've been napping for 5 days, so... But go check it out. We've got a brand new chat, so if you haven't been in our chat for a while, it's the funny thing about it is it works now. So
actually pretty well.
Yeah, when you go hit the chat button now, you go in and you can chat with people. So that's kind of cool. Bevo's in there taking your questions if you have questions for our guest today, or you can call us at 888-401-BEER. We put up a new video today on our actually we put it up Friday, but I don't think anybody saw it till today. It's on our Facebook page. It's on our website as well. But it's our first ever National Homebrewers Conference video. Usually we just do audio from there, but this year we decided to do one of our on-the-road tapes. So we did one just for club night. And I don't know, if I don't say so myself, it came out pretty good.
I haven't seen it.
Because
I saw the rough, but I didn't see the final.
Oh, you should check it out. We've been raving about club night for years, telling everybody that it's our favorite night in homebrew, in beer, because it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
And I think this video actually captured the fun that we've been talking about for years. I think we finally did it.
Yeah.
I mean, we set out to do something, and then we did it.
And we did it.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I went to watch the video, and it wouldn't load.
God damn it. That's YouTube's fault. Oh. So check it out. I think we're going to sell some tickets to NHC next year with this video.
Nice.
Because we are having a blast at this party, and it's all on camera. So
it was a great time.
It really was. It was cool. It was all outdoor this year, too. So Pushy Jack did a really fine job on that. It was mostly his work. JP did a bunch of camera work on it as well. And then Push went and put it all together in the end. So go just give it a look. You can check it out on our YouTube page. You can check it out on our Facebook page, or you can check it out on our homepage. It's all there.
Push is kicking ass with the videos, man.
Yeah.
He's making us entertaining.
I know. It's weird.
So they're like fun to watch.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I should pay him or something. He's doing a good job. All right, a couple other events that you should know about happening over here. Flat Tail, our friends from Corvallis, Oregon. You remember Dave. They're coming down here to celebrate their 5th anniversary at the Hop Grenade.
Wow.
So I think
no one in Corvallis gives a shit.
Right, yeah.
Like, where should we have it? I don't know, somewhere else.
Yeah.
So they're coming out of Concord.
Out of town.
Dave is my favorite. We don't call our things pint nights because we don't discount pints or give out pint glasses or anything. We call them. They're always a craft series, and then we bring in somebody. But it's it's what when the brewer comes, right? But most of the time, the brewer stands in the corner, like at other venues. They just don't do anything. It's a meet the brewer night, but brewers can be reclusive. Dave's awesome. He's like the life of the party. He comes in here, he's yelling at everybody. I'm Dave. Come talk to me. What do you want to know? I'll tell you everything. He goes table to table. He talks about his beer.
Yeah.
He's really fun. I don't mean that he's annoying at all. I mean he's actually a blast. He's the life of the party.
He could be both.
So he's going to be down here this Friday doing the Flat Tail anniversary party.
Cool.
I might actually come out for that one. I don't usually come out to
I might do that. I was thinking the same exact thing. I don't usually come down here, but
I'm planning to come out. To
Bevo's
that.
excited.
I'm actually very excited. I've made arrangements to have a childcare and.
Oh yeah.
So Sam's not coming?
Right.
I'll watch your kid for you.
Bevo's been talking about it for like a couple of weeks. I've never seen her so excited for something.
Because Dave's a blast.
I don't get out very often, so when I get out
on Dave.
and I do.
Is he bringing 5 Loco? Is that why you're making plans?
Oh my gosh, I hope so.
Oh, we're gonna put 5 Loco on tap?
But no.
That'd be interesting.
No. But after
great.
yesterday, I may not go as hard as I wanted to on Friday.
Well, you got plenty of time to recover. You got 4 days or something.
Yeah.
5 days. So come on out and join us if you're local because Flat Tail's a good time, and we're happy for them to be celebrating their 5th anniversary. It's a big deal. Also, we will be at the California Craft Beer Summit. That's September 11th and 12th. You can get yourself tickets to that, and I recommend you do. CaliforniaCraftBeer.com. We're going to be there. We'll set up a booth. We're going to do a little bit of video from there, too. And there's a lot of different types of beer education going on there. I'm not saying that it's too formal. It's also going to be a good time, but they're really focused on educating whether you're an experienced beer nerd or beer aficionado or you're just getting into craft beer. They sort of have something for everybody. So join us out there, CaliforniaCraftBeer.com for tickets. And then there's also at the end of it on Saturday, there's a beer fest. So what more could you ask for, really? Moscow's got a new project that just went up today, right?
Yeah, it's live as of today.
Hop Life, it's called.
Yeah, the website is Hop Life Store. It's sort of a brand built around these cartoon hops I've been doing. There's an artist out of Vegas named Michael Goddard who does these cartoon olives in martini glasses. You might have seen him. He's like a really sort of popular fine artist.
Yeah.
And so I ripped him. I mean, took inspiration from him.
Sure, yeah.
And
That's what artists do.
Yeah, right. And I've made some cartoon hops that people seem to like. They're mostly just original paintings that are hanging here in the Grenade. And people want an option. I've been asked by patrons, and hey, can I get a T-shirt or a sticker or something? Because not everyone can get an original painting.
Yeah.
So now you can get those if you're so interested. So go to hoplifestore.com. And there's all sorts of funny hop things.
I think they're rad. I just looked at the store today. I'd seen your paintings, of course, like we've seen around here, but I just went and looked at the shirts. I think they came out awesome. So
yeah, they look good. My kid brother Adam he runs an art gallery down in L.A., so he and his partner Meredith have taken it and digitized and done the whole sort of logistics thing that I never wanted to do. I just wanted to draw them, basically. Now you can have one for yourself if you desire.
All right, hoplifestore.com.
That's it.
All right, go check it out. Support Moscow. He needs the Skrilla.
Please.
All right. You can support us by doing your Amazon shopping. Just hit the Amazon button. It's on the right side of the homepage. It's orange. It says Amazon. It has an Amazon logo. And when you press that, you can go do your Amazon shopping, and then get a little piece of the action. Do we have an Amazon product of the week?
Yeah, a nice simple one this week. 3 people bought American Sour Beers by Michael Townsmere. He was the first guest on the Sour Hour. Jay Goodwin's and my show here on the BN. And his book is awesome. The man wrote the book on American Sour Beers, and 3 people bought it through the Amazon link in paperback for $16.25 each. So those guys are going to be brewing killer sour beer, and we made a couple of bucks, and everyone wins.
Sweet. All right, you can also support us by hitting the donate button. That's right above the Amazon button, I think. And you can subscribe to the BN Army. You become a recurring donor, and what that does is enter you into the More Beer donation giveaway, which is $100 a month that they give away to one lucky donor. And then you get our newsletter, and you get first dibs at tickets to Winterfest and BN parties and all sorts of things. Plus, you just help keep us on the map. So hit the donate button if you would, please. It's an expensive endeavor around here, and we need your help. All right, you can get all these updates and more over on Twitter and MySpace. Send your show ideas to Scott the Jew. That's Scott@thebrewingnetwork.com. And you can send your feedback to feedback@thebrewingnetwork.com. Jip, do we have a Twitter game today?
I decided not to do one.
Oh, come on.
Okay, yeah, I did. I'm just
I
fooling
love it
you.
when we have a Twitter game.
I'm fooling you. Of
That was
course
close.
we do.
Twitter game's brought
Silly
to you
Billy.
today by the Labruski Cruise, this beer-centric cruise that we get to go on coming up in March.
Yeah.
And you can go on it, too. Every Twitter winner from now until we don't know when is entered into a chance to win a cabin for 2.
Yes, and I finally got the official launch date is tomorrow, August 25. So go to LaBrewskiCruise.com. You'll see a bunch of stuff there, but they're going to do their official launch tomorrow. And so, have some funny Twitter responses, and you can maybe win a cabin.
I love it. All right. What is our Twitter game today?
Well, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the Beer Mile. It was the championships were recently held in San Francisco.
Of course, they've been paying attention. I've been reporting on it nonstop.
Right. Those things don't equate. I don't know. And a Canadian won for the males. There's a Canadian man who won the beer challenge for the men, or the beer mile for the men.
This one where you have to drink a beer every mile?
Every lap.
Every lap you have to
mile.
drink a
beer.
Yeah, that's right.
An American won for the women's team, so there you go. But the Canadian males have proven that they can run fast and drink a beer the fastest.
Okay.
Apparently. So it got me thinking, what sort of event would we, the Brewing Network, be good at?
Oh. Dying.
Is that an event? Is that your official entry? I will put it in.
Yeah, put that in.
Let us know. I'd be curious to see what what you think we would be great at doing.
Okay, sounds like a good game to me.
What sort of competition would the BN be good at?
Okay, all right. That's our Twitter game today. How about some feedback? Should we do that?
Yes, sure.
Feedback's brought to you today by our good friend John over at Beer Law Center. You can go to beerlawcenter.com and check him out right now. He protects our trademark. He does a damn fine job of it. He can do the same for you. Plus, he can help you start your brewery. He does that sort of thing, too. Go over to beerlawcenter.com. All right. Here's one titled, Even Non-Beer People Are Fans. The past couple of weeks, I've been carpooling with a coworker.
Stupidest email.
I've been carpooling with a coworker and subjecting him to the session. And even though he can't stand beer, he thoroughly enjoyed the show, especially Justin's tale of the trip to Mammoth, which is really the tale of my RV catching fire, I think. The point is, you guys are so good at what you do that even people who have no interest in the topic think you're super. Your loving fan, Scotty B. Brewing. Thanks, dude. That's very nice of you.
I like to point out that he used you used the passive "my RV caught fire," not "I caught my RV on fire."
I noticed that
true.
too. Yeah. The milk spilled.
Yeah,
right.
I got the status of the RV back.
Oh yeah,
last week too. I took it in.
Yeah.
No bueno, man.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't say.
I did some damage.
What happened?
Well, the entire front brake system is being replaced. So the rotors themselves, the discs, turned blue, which basically means that they turned molten red.
They were heated, superheated, right?
So now, they're it's kind of a glazed type, so it's bad.
Okay, all right.
New discs.
That shouldn't be too bad.
New calipers, which is the thing that squeezes the disc.
Yeah.
Because any of the rubber parts among that were toast. New lines all around that because they caught fire. The rear, not quite so bad. I'm waiting to see if we have to replace the drums, but mostly it was. And here is a little shining light in my defense. The rear brake pads were so low, like they were done, and that didn't happen during that time. It had been that way.
Okay,
meaning that the front brakes were overworking. Because the rears were not really up to par.
Now, I distinctly remember you saying that Jamil had told you that the brakes had 80% left. And so when you said that, I assumed that it meant the entire brake system, not just
as did I.
The front brake.
But apparently Jamil sold us a lemon.
I was just going to say, so this is Jamil's fault.
It's Jamil's fault, which you knew I was going to figure out some way to.
Yeah.
The fronts, in Jamil's defense, were at 80% before they caught fire.
You didn't ask if all of the brakes were at 80%. So that's on you still.
Yeah. So the rears, I think, hopefully we just had to put some new brake pads on. But it's a pretty penny, man. It was a difficult phone call.
I can't believe that thing made it home. Seriously. How did they work?
Did you tell the shop, like, hey, guess what the fuck I just did?
Yeah. So I did. All he said was, because I kind of said, hey, I came home. They seem to be working fine. I really just want you to look at them. And he goes, you cannot, absolutely not drive that vehicle. Because there are things wrong with it. I'm telling you, without even looking at it, that there is damage.
It's a good thing Shimke was passed out in the back the whole way home.
Shimke was so hungover, she wouldn't even have known if we drove off a cliff.
She might have preferred it.
Yeah. I still have that picture of her, just head down, arm up on the table. It's amazing.
She was in bad shape, huh?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, she was
Terrible.
really... She uked twice on the way home.
Oh, no.
Back in the toilet. Because I couldn't stop. So just got to go.
Yeah. She's like, I need a gas station, please.
Like, sorry.
No, can't do it.
So do we, but...
We're rolling until we get home, man.
Not until we hit the valley.
I got it all planned out. My house is on a hill. Just gonna...
Anyway, great. Good news.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Alston writes in, what's up? He calls us names. First off, I just want to say that my wife loves listening to you guys and thinks you guys are hilarious. And second, I'd like to tell you that I placed first. I got the first place award for my Kolsch in the Kentucky AHA homebrew competition, and I entered under the BN.
Nice.
Yeah. It was the first... I didn't get a harumph out of that girl.
She's slurping her coffee.
Your mic's
I'm sorry,
on.
I didn't know my microphone was on. I was drinking my iced coffee. My bad.
Yeah, we know.
All of it.
Everybody knows.
I didn't finish it.
Viva, please.
It says it was the first competition that I entered. I'm looking forward to entering more and learning more from you guys. Keep up the awesome podcast. Well, thanks and congrats, Alston. That's nice.
And also, they're broadcasts that have archives. They're not podcasts.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Russ writes in, hey guys, I finally heard that you read my letter about the books and shirts in the BN store. I was drunk as hell when I wrote that, and I'm surprised I wasn't worse. I think this is a guy who wanted 3X shirts in the store, but I told him to lose weight instead.
Very sensitively.
Yeah, I think I was nice about it.
Yeah.
Just looking out for his health. Anyway, I thought I had seen something about books and merch at one of the links. Apparently not. I'd be happy to buy from one of the sponsors or even the AHA, which I'm a proud member of through the link on your site. I am a 3XL working on getting down to a 2XL. So he says, trust me, you'll be the first to know when it happens. Thanks, dude. But for those who can't jog or whatever, you might want to get something up on Cafe Press where folks can order shirts on demand for whatever size they want. You just set up the account, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I don't know.
Cafe Press shirts, I've heard...
It's low quality, right?
The shirts aren't very good. They're like the Hanes beefy tees, or even worse than that, where they just don't fit well, and they have kind of like the oblong neck.
Right.
Which I have a problem with that. I like a tighter neck.
Yeah.
But it's just all weird, and you can see collarbone and shit. It's real gross.
And I'm too much of a control freak. Like, there's nobody I can yell at Cafe Press if they screw things up.
Sure you can.
So I don't... they don't
Customer
care.
service at cafepress.com.
Yeah, they don't care.
No, they don't. Well, neither does anybody else you yell at, so...
It is that's a good point. Yeah. It is a decent idea, because then I don't have to stock, giant sales. But...
Yeah, but I think then you're going to get the people who are bitching that you're still going to get people complaining that they're not in the store, because if they want to order one of those and then like an XL for their brother,
have to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
maybe I'll just keep it simple and keep ignoring people. How about that?
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good to me. He does say great job. Please hook me up with one of those Summerfest shirts. I hear you have plenty.
Well, now I'm really not going to do it.
Neckbeard Beer writes in, fellas and Bevo, first off, I'd like to give the rare compliment to Beardy. He keeps asking legit questions, clearly trying to weasel info out of folks for his new brewery, but it benefits us all, so A+. Didn't we fire Beardy? Yeah.
That was very nice.
Shut up, Beardy.
All right.
That's all he had. I don't know why there was a first off. Did you edit out a second off? Or that was first off was his only off?
I don't know. I may have, unless it goes to the other page.
No, I
may have deemed it really boring and uninteresting.
Yeah. All right, Jesse writes in, how could you bastards? How could you go and make the website better in every way? Why the hell would I want to actually be able to log into chat for the first time ever? And screw you for letting me actually sign up for the forum. You pricks obviously have no idea what your priorities should be. I mean, come on. Having easy access to the show archives in a logical manner? You really are a piece of work. Shit, I didn't even think about the fact that it's easy to see the schedule now. F you. It's almost like you think that people actually want to know your schedule. Knob jockeys, the lot of you. Good job on the website. from Jesse. Thanks, man. And Greg writes in, this is titled, I'll Have a Handy.
Yes.
Oh.
Which was like a topic of the show last week, right?
We mentioned it, yeah.
A lot of handy talk.
Yeah.
Hey, BN crew, I'm just now listening to this week's episode of The Session, and JP mentioned someone should make a beer called Handy. Because I think we were talking about different beers that are fun to order, like Sweet Action.
Yeah, that's I think what it was. Yeah,
some things like that. So ordering a Handy. Well, I just wanted to let you know that Miss Billion Brewery in Delaware has a beer called Reach Around, which is a fun one to order, he says, especially in a nicer restaurant. That would be nice, yeah.
I love the filet mignon and the Reach Around.
And a Reach Around. He says, actually, after I ordered my Reach Around last time, I also had our waitress bring me a brown sugar, and our waitress was a very cute black girl.
Perfect.
So keep up the good work, he says. And by the way, what happened to the brewing disaster stories? I know there are more out there, from Greg. Yeah, why did we stop brewing disasters?
Well, so that was a sponsored segment, and the sponsor's contract ran up, and I haven't found a new one, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I don't know, I felt like we just sort of lost steam with the disaster stuff. Like, I love it, too, and I always include good disaster stories from our guests, but you
Right.
never get to them, so I just thought you weren't interested.
No, I liked it as a segment because they tried to focus on the whole story.
Yeah.
And so they were forced to sit down and remember what happened, as opposed to when we go, hey, has anything like ever happened disastrous? And then they don't. The story, when you give me my show notes, this is a weird thing about interviews. Here's a little insight into how our interviews go. Moscow does these pre-interviews for me. Does a great job. And I'm telling you, more often than not, some of the weirder stories, especially about disasters or other stuff that you include in there, when I ask them about it on the show, they either don't have much to say at all or the story is completely different. And I don't think you're reporting it to me wrong. That's not my point. There's something lost. Like, once people get on air, they don't think the same way.
You think maybe they want to, underplay their incompetent moment?
I think maybe that plays into it sometimes. I think maybe there always just seems to be some misunderstanding, like they don't understand my question. Like, maybe they don't remember that it was in the pre-interview, and they're like, well, what weird question is he asking now?
I see.
Or maybe you guys are asking different questions.
Yeah.
More to that line. Like you'll go a brewing disaster, and they may think, our labels came crooked or some weird thing. And then you go, anything weird happened? And they go, my waitress was a goat or something.
Right, yeah, that's what they do. I'll go, hey, because I try to make it so that I look smart, like I'm just asking a great question. Meanwhile, I know the answer because it's in my fucking notes right there.
Right.
But sometimes when I do that, I just don't get the answer. So that's when I gloss over it.
Gotcha.
But I liked it as its own thing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we can bring it back. I love it, too.
Okay. And then finally, Adam from Australia writes in, G'day, Brewcasters. This is titled Lunch Meat. Oh, boy.
You should smile when you say that, son.
I have to admit, I have never been motivated to send any feedback, as I find all the shows on the BN to be super awesome, etc. Wow. After Justin's comments about lunch meat, I feel the need to chime in with my 2 cents. Justin, I know you hate the meat, and I can understand that as people who don't get it, who don't get lunch meat, it's weird writing, so I'm going to try to get through this.
Well, it's a different language.
Probably think that not only are you and JP a couple of wankers, but also the BN is not a serious entity, and there's nothing further from the truth. That being said, lunch meat is without a doubt the funniest thing that I've ever heard. You, JP, and Schumann have quite an amazing repartee. Mm-hmm. That is not only come across very slick, whatever that sentence means, believe it or not, but is piss funny. I can honestly say that while I have gone through the whole BN archive, the only thing I've repeatedly listened to is the meat 3 times over.
Wow.
Whoa.
It still makes me piss my pants, and I look like a retard in front of everyone else on the road when I'm driving to work. For the love of God, bring back a little meat. Just a little. Would be happy to pay a lunch meat only subscriber even.
Now you're talking.
There is a lunch meat subscription up there.
That's right. But if I remember correctly, it was for us to not do the show
because it's $100 a month.
And so it was like, if you paid $100 and you hate it that badly, we will not do it for that month.
Also, please put the last one in the archives for us poor people on the other side of the planet who can't listen live. Cheers, and I love you, even Beardy. Adam from Australia.
Well, there you go.
I don't think that me hating lunch meat is the appropriate description. I have a certain
despise.
You know, I like doing it when I'm here, like once I'm here.
Okay.
But when I think about doing it,
yeah,
there's a certain disdain.
I get the same thing for
this show.
Not this show, but like Dr. Homebrew. Sometimes like fuck, it's like 5:30. You're like, I really don't want to go into the studio and drink a bunch of homebrew.
Right.
And then you get here and it's like tons of fun.
Right. And so it is fun. But then the other problem with it is, and I think I did admit this years ago, is it's just another thing we do that we don't get paid for. And I have a hard time, like I actually do have things to do nowadays, and I have a hard time justifying coming in and sitting for an hour and a half or 2 hours, whatever we feel like doing at that time, when I should be doing something else that's paying the bills. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
That's part of the problem.
I don't, but I'll pretend.
Yeah.
I don't know what that feels like.
Have you tried getting sponsors for the meat?
No, because, I mean, let's be honest.
It's pretty...
it's lunch meat.
It's pretty crude.
Although, maybe it would be a show that sponsors like. You know, we need to go after, like Man Shave or whatever.
The Chive or something.
You know, but we're never going to do that, so...
I don't think they would even take our email.
They don't even accept our emails.
Yeah. Especially if you send some audio files.
Right. I will admit that we are pretty good at it. Okay,
I think so too.
That I will go as far as admitting that we are good at that awful format.
All right.
But it's just, I don't know.
The world is missing out on the best news stories.
What's happening this Friday?
According to Blobber, Nico wanted to sponsor it.
That's who I had in mind. I figured Nico might sponsor
Nico
it.
would sponsor. I bet you
Nico
Hoptech would sponsor.
Yeah, them also, yeah.
Hey, Justin just asked what's going on this Friday. The answer is the Flat Tail event, so lunch meat and then the Flat Tail event.
Oh, pre-party.
Oh,
Could
man,
be
with
perfect.
Dave.
So maybe a dark meat.
Jesus.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
a dark meat.
Just before the event?
Damn it, I'm not going to be
So
here.
I had the
wow.
pleasure of having dinner with Dave and his wife with my friend when we went on our road trip, and
Yeah.
dear God, that man has some stories.
He does.
He puts
Oh, yeah.
Sam
He really
to
does.
shame.
Yeah.
Like, he is a funny man.
He's
I
a
think it'd
dummy.
be great.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to...
Oh, my God.
let's try to do dark meat this Friday.
So excited.
Flattail might sponsor it.
Hold on, I'm adding it to the Google Calendar right now.
If Flattail will sponsor
Sponsor dark meat.
then if Nico and Hoptech and Flattail will all team up and sponsor,
I will work on that right now.
then I will guarantee an episode of Dark Meat. With no sponsors, I'm only hinting at the rare small possibility that we'll do a Dark Meat.
Okay.
What do you want from them? Like, let's talk terms.
$6-7 grand.
Each?
Is that doable?
Each, or do they got to pool it?
Oh, no, that's each.
I mean, clearly. I mean, we've been hearing for years how good we are.
yeah.
Nico's in the chat saying he will sponsor
He's
it.
in.
I mean, clearly,
for
if
14 grand.
if these people aren't lying, if we're that good, then it must be worth something. And by something, I mean a lot.
6 to 7 grand.
Let me find out how much that RV bill is again, and maybe we'll go based on that, right? So there you go. That's my commitment. That's the best I can do, JP. How about that?
All right. A loose perhaps.
At least
is your
perhaps,
commitment.
unless there's some boning up, and then we'll bone up on Dark Meat.
Give me a number to pitch, and I'll throw it out there.
I don't know. What do you think? What do we want?
Well,
This is what we do. This is what we do.
do.
When we get to sponsor, here's some more show insight.
Yeah.
We undervalue ourselves. So we end up going, it's like, oh, no, $500. And then what does that do? Nothing.
Nothing.
You know? Yeah, 10 grand. That's what I'm thinking. I think we're going to go.
What is 10 grand going to do that $500?
Well,
won't
if
do
all
for
the listeners put up, what if we put up a Kickstarter tomorrow?
Oh, fuck.
For like a 4-day Kickstarter, like it's the shortest thing ever, and we'll do lunch meat. Shit, for 10 grand, maybe I'll do it twice in the next year.
So your hourly rate is $2,500.
That's right.
Which-
He's air talented.
If
Wow.
you think about how goddamn good I am at this job, that is not too much to ask.
Wow.
You may not like it, but he's good. There's a difference. I mean, maybe we could that could be the first fully funded show series.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of podcasts now are coming out with a series.
Okay.
So they'll do like 12, and it'll be series 2, episode 4, or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe that's lunch meat, and then we do a Kickstarter for 1 year, 12 episodes, $5 grand.
No, that's too little.
You think so,
Right.
really?
For 12 episodes.
Or whatever. I mean, if we're seriously talking about it, we can sit down and come up with a number, but I mean, it could be like that.
I'm not guaranteeing
jacket that's on Kickstarter now that raised like $6 million and was only asking for $25,000 or whatever it was.
Yeah. I'm thinking 10K is my bottom line here.
For a year now, or for 2 shows?
Well, see, that's the thing. If we set a parameter, so it's not like every Friday, because that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I got a lot of TV to watch.
Right. Understood.
Thank you. Then we could do a video. We have to do a video, right? But a little pitch video.
Yeah, for the Kickstarter. Yeah.
Somebody from the chat is suggesting a telethon.
No, people have been asking us to do telethons for years.
I would love to do a 24-hour live show.
Oh, God.
I would
to
totally
raise money?
Love that. Yes,
I want to take that day off.
I think you can do it. I think you'd be good at it.
You have fun with that.
All right, well, if you want it to happen this Friday for cash money, then we got to decide something now.
I think it's too soon to do any sort of fundraising for it.
So you want me to sit down and do a freebie this Friday?
Call it a teaser. Make it show how good you really are.
You might have lost it over the last year.
Clearly, they know how good we are. They've been begging for years.
Well, so what do we do then? Because we've never given them the choice. It's always like, no, I just don't want to do that fucking show anymore.
I'll do 5 shows for $10,000.
Now you're talking. Yeah, that's fair.
That's a
$2,000
That's a
show.
fair deal
for you. $10,000 for you, or for the both of us, and it's 50-50.
We'll have
70-30.
Or maybe it is 70-30 because I'm pushing, so I would get the 70.
That's what I meant,
right?
Yeah,
because I'm pushing for it. And
well,
I'm the reason it's happening.
The BN has to get its cut outside of you and I. So there's a percentage that goes to the BN, and then the rest
all built in anyway.
Whatever's left is then 50-50. I'm comfortable with 50-50.
Built in with everything else, it's fine.
What about the Hop Grenades cut for providing the venue?
I rent from the Hop Grenades.
Oh, that's right. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
You know, it is kind of sad hearing the
I'm
meat
getting
sell
paid
out
in every
on air
direction
right
here.
You guys are sellouts now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're already sellouts. We haven't even done the...
Lunch meat used to be good before it was all corporate.
Yeah. I used to like it,
If AB wants to buy lunch meat rights...
Well, you could sell T-shirts. Oh, wait. You already did.
Yeah, exactly. I will...
You think we're going to get $10,000 by Friday? I don't think it's going to happen.
Hey, are we that... Do you want lunch meat or not?
I do.
And I don't mean you. No, I'm talking to the audience. You've been asking for it for this long. Come together, pony up some dough so that our time is worth something.
So what? Just donate? Just hit the donate button and just...
No, I think we have to put up a Kickstarter or something.
Okay. That's what I mean. I don't think it can be done in time. Because we have to do a video and all that kind of shit like that.
Just put up an episode. Just do audio.
All right.
Right? I don't know. Something.
I don't know if you can. I've never
have Push do a little picture show.
All right.
With some unicorns, banging some rainbows.
Look at the one on your screen. That's pretty good.
And there's a puke and just like to like a he could put together. We'll put together a reel.
Yeah.
All right. It's a 2-minute, not even 2 minutes of our best work, whatever the fuck that is.
So any show.
Right, yeah. Any 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Just go grab 2 minutes and put up a picture show with it. Is that what they're called?
Picture show.
One of those picture shows on the computer webs.
Yeah. A series of moving photos.
Yeah, that's what I want. And get us $10,000 by Friday. You get dark meat and 4 more episodes. And I'll include the sponsor money in that.
Oh my God, it's not even going to happen.
If the sponsors come up with $2,000 on their own, that's $8,000 for all of these so-called fans. Like, if there's really that many people, what could it be?
Nico, well, first of all, you're not even going to post the show until Thursday, so no one's going to know about it.
This show?
Yeah.
I'll post this show tonight.
Nico, how much are you in for? I need to know.
No. You're just talking to him in the chat?
Yeah.
$9,000.
I mean, that guy's selling some hops, and beer now. He can pony up some dough.
That's true.
All right, so there you go. That's what I'm laying down.
Okay. Let's see if anyone picks it up and smells it.
Okay. So are you going to take care of the Kickstarter and stuff?
Sure. I'd love to.
All right, good. That's how you're going to get your 50%.
Get right on that.
That's how you're going to get your 50% of the 10% that's left.
What?
All right. That's our feedback today, brought to you by Beer Law Center. And we love John over there, so go get yourself some help. You're going to need it. If you don't think you need it now, you will. And if you don't need it, you have a shitty name, so change it. Or a bad logo. What's happening, Doc?
Hey.
Welcome back to the program.
Yeah. You're lucky I'm here.
I haven't seen you in a little while.
Yeah,
you all ready for Burning Man?
No. But the bulk of it is, I just shipped off 2 big things on a big truck today. And
like full of drugs, or you mean like
no, the camp trailer in the art car went off on a flatbed today.
Great.
So
is that why you weren't here yesterday? Were you fabricating?
Oh yeah. The welder hasn't stopped at my house, and lots of other things.
Our fire-breathing sea dragon is on its way to the Burning Man.
Yes, it is.
Nice. All right, let me get us to a break. We've got Galmegi from South Korea on with us when we come back. If you got questions, 888-401-BEER, or hit the chat button on the homepage. We will be right back. Hang in there.
You're listening to the Brewcasters. On the Brewing Network.
Since the first time the Brewing Network microphones turned on, More Beer was behind it. More Beer sponsors the programming on the BN because, like you, they love brewing. And like the Brewing Network, they love sharing their knowledge. Morebeer.com isn't just a website to place your next equipment or ingredient order. Morebeer.com also gives you access to free beer information that will make you a better brewer. Go to morebeer.com and click into the Learning Center. You'll find podcasts, technical facts, video tutorials, and more, including access to The Buzz, More Beer's social network of more than 5,000 members. And some of them might even be crazier about beer than you are. Get over to morebeer.com today and take advantage of The Buzz, the forum, the Learning Center, and make sure you're signed up to receive the newest More Beer catalog. More Beer, bringing you absolutely everything for beer making.
The 21st Amendment.
Watch out!
Do you like beer? They make beer.
Watch out!
Do you like friends and fun? They make friends and fun.
Watch out!
Do you still like to have a good time? The 21st Amendment.
Watch out!
The 21st Amendment in San Francisco, located at 563 2nd Street, 2 blocks from the building where baseball is seen and played. Try their beers in the pub or try them in the can, featuring
Monk's Blood.
Made with real monk.
Watch out!
So why not have the best time of your life? Go to the 21A and Sean O'Sullivan will personally greet you with a can of
Monk's Blood. The 21st Amendment.
Watch out!
This advertisement is not in any way affiliated nor associated with the 21st Amendment Bar and Pub, nor its subsidiaries or affiliates. This telecast is not copywritten by the 21st Amendment for the private use of the Brewing Network. Any use of this telecast without Jamil Zainashev's consent is prohibited. Suck it, JP.
Your support of the Brewing Network means everything to us. We couldn't produce shows without you. And we love giving you something extra for that support, like Brew Your Own magazine. You already know it's a great brewing magazine full of recipes, equipment how-tos, discussions of beer styles, and brewing techniques. Whether you're new to brewing and just starting out or you're an old pro, you'll always learn something from the articles in Brew Your Own. Plus, they're amazing special issues like plans for building a Brutus 10 system, 250 classic clone recipes, and a Homebrewer's Answer Book. Brew Your Own magazine and BYO.com are awesome resources for any brewer, whether for yourself or as a gift. When you subscribe or resubscribe from the Brewing Network homepage, you directly support programs like this. Get a great magazine and support the Brewing Network. Subscribe to Brew Your Own right from thebrewingnetwork.com.
Hey, Wooly, I'm beat. Can we find a nice tree to just hang out in for a while?
You're beat. I've been swinging through this forest for 50 years, ever since we first escaped from the circus. I know, but there's got to be more to life than exploring this creek and trying to populate the valley by copulating with loose, hairy girls. Marquis, stop. Look!
What is that? It looks like a man-made treehouse with fresh food and craft beer.
Welcome to the Creek Monkey Tap House, boys. Grab a seat. Creek Monkeys drink free.
Awesome! The Creek Monkey Tap House in Martinez, California takes their mission of fresh food and beer seriously. They only serve locally raised beef and chicken, as well as local sustainable produce. It's better for you and the planet, and it just tastes better. The beer and wine at Creek Monkey Tap House are chosen with the same care for the highest quality and rotate frequently to make each visit an adventure. Swing on into the Creek Monkey Tap House and enjoy a new legend of amazing food, beer, and wine. The Creek Monkey Tap House, online at creekmonkey.com.
Brewcasters are back.
888-401-BEER.
Whatever.
All right, welcome back to the program. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you are looking for a great way to develop your recipes and help out your own brew day, go to beersmith.com right now and check it out. Beersmith.com, our good friend Brad over there is the best in the business. He created the best piece of brewing software for us home brewers. I think pro brewers use it too, by the way. So if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for you. Go get your free 21-day trial right now over at beersmith.com. Also, I heard a rumor today that Sully might make an appearance today and come visit us.
What?
Yeah. Big things happening at the 21st Amendment. And, I think he might come in. He
might.
They have a new beer, and they have a new brewery. They have all sorts of cool stuff going on. So, I don't know. We'll see. It was a rumor that I heard that I probably started.
So a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie.
It's a lie. Exactly a lie. All right. Guys, ready for some South Korean beer knowledge to get dropped on us right now?
I am. Yes. Got my hard hat and everything.
Galmegi Brewing Company out of South Korea on the line. Stefan should be with us. Stefan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, buddy. Thanks for being with us, man.
You don't sound Korean.
I'm not actually Korean, in case you didn't notice yet.
What are you? You're Canadian, right?
I am Canadian.
Sounds the same.
The other Korea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. South Korean Canadian.
That's North Korea, right?
Otherwise known as Korea of the North.
Yeah.
Yeah, North America, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
America's hat.
Stefan, am I saying the brewery name right? Galmegi?
Yeah, that's right. Galmegi.
Galmegi. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Close enough. All right. Well, once again, thanks for joining us on the program. How long you been in South Korea?
I've been in Korea for about 9 years now.
Okay.
I originally came here, like a lot of other people, as an English teacher, and happened to meet my beautiful wife while doing that, and then things kind of went from there.
As your student?
Yeah, was your wife your student?
No, I did teach at a university that she was a student at, but she wasn't actually my student.
That's right.
Is she Canadian too?
No, she's Korean.
Okay. So you went there to pick up chicks is what you went to Korea for.
Yeah. No, I went there to spread the English language, I think.
Because the internet doesn't go that far.
Well, it gets blocked.
Actually, no, I think our internet is slightly better than yours.
You know, that doesn't surprise me, actually.
Stop lying.
Yeah.
How could it be?
That's cool. I've actually thought about it in my younger days, doing like the teaching English abroad.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool idea.
You mean you thought about teaching one broad English?
Teaching abroad.
Is what you're...
But women are untrainable. It's impossible.
Stefan, were you a teacher in Canada? Was that your vocation, or was this some different opportunity?
No, I was a fresh graduate from the English department and was looking at zero job prospects in good old Canada. So
got it.
Got on the next plane to find a job over in Korea.
That's cool. That's adventurous too. How old were you when you did that?
I was 25.
Okay,
and that's 9 years ago. So I'm dating myself there.
That's all right. But it sounds like you kind of fell in love with the place, right? You've been there all this time.
Yeah, it was. I happened to get a pretty good job teaching at a university with really good hours and good students and long vacations. So, yeah, I couldn't say no and just kept renewing my contracts here.
And how's your Korean?
My Korean's okay. It's not perfect, but I did some classes and I can get by. I can swear and I can order food. So,
what else do you need? Ask for the bathroom, order a beer.
Yeah.
Is it? Am I getting that right? Is the language Korean or is it another? You know, like in Chinese, there's like Mandarin, and it's not called Chinese. Right?
Yeah.
No, Korean is its own language, and they even have their own alphabet, which is actually really easy to learn. So it makes it easier to integrate in Korea than in Japan or China, because the script is alphabetic and very easy to learn.
And it wasn't required that you knew any Korean to go there and teach in the beginning.
No, in fact, in my daily life here, everyone is speaking English to me. Lots of people want to practice their English, and so I speak English almost all day, every day.
Excellent.
That'd be great if we could just speak Korean with them right now. Just flip right now.
Check this out.
Yeah.
Do your students say A?
No, I try and stay away from that Canadian accent as best I can.
Yeah, you've done a good job, actually. You could pass as a person from Minnesota easily.
From America.
Yeah. I thought he was Korean.
You thought for sure. So, are you still teaching English now?
No, I quit my job about 3 years ago when my friends and I, we decided to open a craft beer pub. So at the time, I was still teaching, and then we were so busy 2 months in, one of us had to go full-time, and it was under my name, so I decided to quit my university job and go full-time into beer.
Okay. So then help me understand the scene a little bit. When you guys decided to open a craft beer pub, was that for expats like yourself, or were Koreans looking for that as well?
Well, yeah, we initially opened it thinking it would be more for the expats, because there are a lot of us expat teachers and businessmen here, and so we had assumed that they were all missing the great beer from craft beer from North America. So we had expected that our clientele was going to be mostly expats, and it was at first, but then very quickly it was changing, and we were getting a lot of Korean customers in.
Nice.
So I'd say very quickly it turned to about 70% Koreans and just 30% expats.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you still at those numbers now?
Yeah, I mean it's always in flux, but we have a brew pub now, and that is definitely mostly Koreans there. So it's kind of hard to judge. We don't give people a little thing to fill out their race as they go out of the pub. So, but as best we know, it's around 70%. Yeah.
That would be very disruptive.
You could probably tell, though.
Right. It's a giveaway.
You just know.
Yeah, that's right. We don't say anything, but we know.
Yeah.
Now, what was your access to craft beer 3 years ago when you opened this craft beer bar?
We were just starting to get some of the California beers imported into South Korea. So at our bar, we had like a display fridge full of whatever we could get at the time. And at the time, it was basically Ballast Point and Green Flash out of San Diego.
Okay.
So we were pushing those pretty hard, and people were really liking them. So
Got it. I was at Heretic last week, and I saw pallets full of beer headed your way.
That's right.
Maybe not right to your place, but headed to Korea.
Actually, we have a tap room. We renovated our original pub into a 24 tap room, and we sell 2 kinds of Heretic beers.
Nice. Which ones do you sell there?
We have Evil Twin and Shallow Grave at the moment.
And how do people react to these styles of beer?
Actually, Evil Twin just, I hate to say it, but it sells itself. It's a great beer, and people really love it.
How much does a pint go for over there?
$38.
If I converted it into dollars, a pint would be around $8 for a 400 ml pour.
What's the turnaround from when it leaves Heretic to when it shows up at your bar?
4 years.
I don't know, because I'm not an importer. I do know that the first time they try and import it, it does get held up in customs for a while, so that can maybe hurt the beer a little bit. But once it's come through once, it comes through a lot faster. So I don't know exactly, but I think it's within a month or two.
So is it still like fresh and big hop character?
Yeah, there is. I mean, the Heretic beer is some of the freshest we can get, in my opinion. And, it still tastes great.
Evil Twin is like the perfect export beer. Mm-hmm. It's an awesome beer. It's still, I think, my favorite beer that they brew. But the name, it just translates to every language, I think. Everyone knows what an Evil Twin is. Like, it doesn't matter what culture you're from, I think. People know what an Evil Twin is. And I just think, like, the branding works. The beer is awesome on top of that. It just does. It's like I don't think he intended it that way.
I wouldn't have thought
but
that.
I think now it's like the perfect export beer. And I know he sends it to a lot of places, too. Japan as well. So you started as a tap house. Were there any legal hurdles around that, or was it pretty easy to open a bar?
In Korea, it is ridiculously easy to open a bar.
Really?
Yeah. It basically any food license. So like if you apply for a restaurant license, that includes alcohol in it. So
it's a drinking culture.
Yes, absolutely a drinking culture. There were basically no hurdles to open that first place.
Oh, we're such dumbasses for looking in California for the hop grenade.
Yeah,
wow.
Should have gone Korea. Yeah. Well, we still can, frankly. You know,
nothing's stopping us.
All right, so that's interesting.
But that's just for a beer bar, not for a brew pub where you're making beer, right?
That's right. I mean, that was a long process when we started the process of opening our brewery. That was a lot more difficult. But I think that's difficult anywhere, to be honest.
So you only mentioned a couple beers, though, for the opening of this craft beer bar. Were there local beers that you were serving as well?
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing about our market is that 3 years ago, the only craft beers at the time were produced by these like medium-sized contract brewers. And you can go to them with your recipe, and they will produce it and send the kegs off to your bar, and then you can, slap your sticker on it type thing.
Yeah.
But at the time, we were waiting in line for our recipes to be produced, but they had a bunch of house beers. So we were purchasing their house IPA and their house porter and then selling them at our tap house.
So can you give me your honest opinion about how you felt those beers were, the quality?
I can be honest, they were not very good, and we knew it, and that actually spurred us to open the brewery. Okay. So I can't knock them too much. They really pushed us because, we were serving them with our name, and we were always, a little bit underwhelmed by them and felt weird, serving them to our good friends and things like that. So It just really pushed us to open the brewery and try and get better quality craft beer out there.
Okay, got it. And so you did. So this. When did the beer bar open? 3 years ago.
2 years ago, actually, it opened.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you do that for a couple years, and then you decide, all right, we gotta do this brewery thing.
Yeah, it was about a year, a little bit less than a year in, and the reason we decided to go for it was that the regulations here regarding small breweries were about to change, and we caught wind of it. So. Originally, the law here was that any small brewery had to serve beer directly from the bright tanks. So you couldn't keg anything off. Everything had to be directly piped from your bright tank to the tap.
So no packaging allowed, basically.
Yeah, absolutely no packaging, which is kind of prohibitive. If you're a bar, it means you can only serve people at your tasting room.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? And then here, in some states, you can't serve. You can only package and distribute. You can't have a tasting room.
Yeah, it's a bit backwards.
Well, here it was a holdover from German-style brew pubs. So Korea hosted the World Cup in 2002. And leading up to the World Cup, actually they co-hosted with Japan. But leading up to the World Cup, a bunch of German brew pubs started opening all over the country. And so these regulations were kind of designed for those German-style brew pubs where they were just making three kinds of beer, basically Pilsner, Weizen, and Dunkel. And they were all making the same three styles of beer, and they were all serving directly from bright tanks.
Okay. Yeah. So just follow along. Just do that.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of hurt because we knew that we wanted to get our beer to several bars. We didn't just want to serve it at the brew pub. We wanted to do some distribution. And luckily, some lawmakers put through some laws that helped us get open.
Who was advocating for those changes?
We're not exactly sure, but we heard that there's an island that's part of South Korea just south of us called Jeju-do. And the local government there was trying to push breweries, and we heard that they were helping lobby the national government.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating to me that there were already, with these contract breweries, there were IPAs and pale ales being made. So before you guys came along, the people there wanted hoppy beers.
Yeah, it kind of started in Seoul. There was a bar that opened called Kraftwerks, and they were the ones that really pushed these contract breweries to start making these kinds of beers. So they really helped pave the way for people like us and getting these breweries started on craft beer, and also warming all the people in Seoul up to American-style craft beer.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's really a pretty friendly environment for you guys to just go for it. Yeah,
I mean, that's one of the things I like about Korea is that the business culture here is very very much just go for it, open it, try it, and see what happens.
Moscow, I think you were born in the wrong country,
no kidding, man. Yeah.
You're like Korean at heart,
seriously.
I think.
And they're wildly prosperous, South Korea. I'm just saying.
Yeah, their story is basically a miracle here. I mean, they went from one of the poorest countries in the world to, I think, 11th largest economy.
Wow, no kidding. Yeah. That's really fantastic. So, in our glass right now, let's talk a little bit about the beer. I think we have your Goza, right? Is that what we're drinking?
By the way, you'll be happy to know, Stefan, it held up very well.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. We were really worried because we don't bottle any of our beer, so we had to put it in temporary plastic homebrew bottles. So
you put it in like the better bottles, which was a smart move.
They worked.
Because they worked, and they kept the beer safe and not broken, of course. I think this Goza is fantastic.
It's really good.
It's got this is a weird. This is going to be a weird compliment, but it's got none of the things that I dislike about Goza. Which and I've had good Goza, so I don't mean that I hate the style in general, but it's such a complicated and weird style to me. But this one is very mellow. It's a subdued version of all of those things that I think can stick out in a Goza, like salt. For example.
Salt's there.
But it's there.
But it's not salty.
Subdued, but it's not salty. Exactly.
It's hella crushable.
And you can also get lots of extra mineral flavors when you add a lot of salt, too. This doesn't have that.
Berliner Weiss-esque.
It is a little Berlinery.
Yeah. It's sharp, but a nice sharp. It's
like a lactic sharp.
Exactly, like a lactic sharp.
Well, and it's got a citrus acidity to it also, because I think you added oranges.
Yeah, that's right. We that same island I was talking about, they produce this kind of orange, which is called a halabong here.
Yeah.
And it's a large mandarin orange with a really thick skin, and it's really sweet inside. So we thought this would go great in a sour beer. So what we did was we zested 40 kilos of it, all of us brewers and bar managers upstairs one day, and then we took the fruit out and we juiced it. So we added back to the tank the zest and the juice of the fruit.
Got it. You guys killed it. The fermentation is also incredibly clean.
It's outstanding.
Thank you.
Where did you learn to brew out there? Were you a home brewer first?
Yeah, I was just a home brewer. I mean, I guess it starts with my family. My father's been a hobby winemaker my whole life, and we've been bottling wine on Sundays and tasting it. And we also made a few beers at some homebrew shops during that time. But then in university, I kind of dropped it and got to Korea. And after a few years, I was really missing, good beer and good wine. So I couldn't make wine here because there were a lack of ingredients. But there were just starting to be some homebrew shops. And so I was able to start homebrewing here.
Nice. Were they Korean-owned homebrew shops?
Yeah, that's right. There were a couple up in Seoul, and there's now one in Busan just up the street from our brewery. So the actual homebrewing is growing like crazy here right now. It's a really cool scene.
That is cool. So homebrew clubs and competitions and things like that, or what?
Yeah, I'm actually one of the, I don't want to say presidents, but one of the leaders of our local homebrew club here in Busan. And there's competitions. There's been at least 4 competitions around the country this year.
Nice.
How much crossover is there in the terminology? Maybe this is a stupid question, but is carboy, or is it there its own word for it there?
Right.
Most things are just like they take the English word and they put it into their pronunciation. So I'm trying to Munich malt, it would be like Munich, like.
Okay.
Everything just gets kind of transliterated that way.
Yeah, kind of like how we speak Spanish in California.
Yeah.
Everything is O at the end.
Yeah, we just throw O's at the end of things.
Or is that Italian?
That too. Same.
Italian is A.
A.
Yeah.
O, A. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Stefan, I wasn't going to drink much tonight because I drank all weekend, but your beer's really good, and now you've changed my plans for the night. I'm going to have to take a taxi home.
Well, we also have, so we have an IPA from Galmegi as well, but then Stefan still home brews, and we have a sour golden, and it's a home brew, but it's in a glass bottle, though, so maybe this one, didn't hold up as well. We'll see. We'll pop it in a minute.
Okay. It's probably fine.
Well, at least it made it in one piece, I hope.
Yes, it is intact.
Okay.
Now, did you have any formal beer training?
No, I didn't at first. Since opening the brewery, I have done some formal training, but actually when we opened, we were just homebrewers, and I happened to take some trips on the west coast of North America in my hometown of Victoria, Vancouver, Seattle, just basically talking to brewers, looking at breweries, and kind of thinking we could go for it.
Yeah.
And, we did. I mean, the brewing system, to me, it just looks like a large homebrew setup, to be honest.
Really? And what size is it?
We have a 10 hectoliter system. Okay. So in U.S. barrels, it's about 8 barrels.
Okay.
Just under 8 barrels, yeah.
And where was that built?
That's actually built in China.
Okay.
So we wanted to get the system in a good time. So we had to go over to China to get it made just because they can turn it around in 2-3 months, whereas in North America, we're looking at 6 months to a year.
Okay. And how many fermenters do you have?
We have 5 fermenters. We have 3 10-hectoliter fermenters and 2 20-hectoliter fermenters.
Okay.
Do you still have bright tanks, or have you gone all the kegs?
No, we have 2 bright tanks, and we put everything through our bright tanks, but we keg off of our bright tanks.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah.
It's easy enough.
Yeah, and we actually still have the 2 bright tanks connected to 2 taps out front, because legally we still have to have them connected, even though we don't have to use them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that actually how it's written, that they must be connected?
Yeah, we're allowed to keg them, but we also have to have our bright tanks connected to taps.
See, don't get all. See, it's not all roses over there, Moscow.
Right.
They still have stupid things too.
Letter of the law stuff. Yeah.
There's always something.
Well, they're still humans.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, what keeps you homebrewing, Stefan? That's not very common that we hear pro brewers still doing that.
I just. So opening the brewery was great. I mean, we get to focus on mostly clean beers. The Gosa that you guys have is one of our sour beers that we've made. But I'm really interested in kind of sour beers and wild beers these days. And so I just took all my kind of homebrew equipment and funkified it. So I don't have to worry about, cross-contaminating Brett and Sack. I can just focus on all of those beers at home now. So I'm really excited about those beers. So I love homebrewing. Yeah.
That's great. It's research without messing up your brew pub.
Where do you get your ingredients for both homebrewing and commercially?
So for my homebrew, we have a homebrew shop here that's fantastic now. We can get just about any ingredient that you guys can, actually. I'd say it's even better than my local homebrew in Victoria, BC.
Wow,
to
nice.
be honest. Yeah, they have a huge selection of White Labs yeast. They have all the malts I could need and a great selection of hops. So. And commercially, it's a little bit more difficult. We're traditionally in Korea, the distributors, they only sell German products.
Okay.
So domestically, we have access to Weyermann malt and German hops.
Well, it's not all bad.
Yeah.
But we decided that we were going to be making North American beer, so we were actually importing all of our ingredients ourselves with the help of a logistics company.
You notice the subtle difference between Americans and Canadians. Stefan says specifically we're going to be making North American beers, but almost everybody else says we're making American beer, and I like it. I'm not making fun of you, Stefan. I think that is a nice detail that we don't often hear. You're making North American beers.
He's lumping Canada in for making great IPAs.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Victoria, BC, especially has a great brewing community and really great quality craft beers coming out of there right now.
Nice.
It might be one of the best cities in Canada for beer.
Okay. Oh, we might have to take a visit up there.
Yeah, and it's a nice city, so there's that.
Yeah. Okay.
But getting back to it, we so because the ingredients aren't available for our brewery, we have to focus on importing them ourselves. So we just hooked up with actually some of your sponsors. We buy a lot of our hops through Nico Brew.
Nice.
Because they get to us within a week and a half. It's really easy and really great.
There you go, Nico. Use some of that Galmegi money and pay for lunch meat.
You're welcome.
Actually, I think most of the money is going to FedEx, not Nico. The cost of shipping is almost equal to the cost of the hops.
Is it really?
Almost, yeah.
I'm surprised you're able to sell stuff at $8 a pint, man. Because hops are expensive already. So.
Yeah. Luckily, we sell most of our beer through our own locations, so we're not seeing those costs. So we one of the things that we like to do is charge reasonable prices for our beers.
Interesting.
I think that's kind of important. Yeah.
Weird.
Wow.
What a concept. We like that concept here at the Hop Grenade, too, by the way.
We don't employ it, but we do like it.
We like it.
We appreciate going to other places that use that concept.
So, all right, so hops from Nico Brew. What about yeast? Where are you getting that?
Yeast is from White Labs. They overnight it to Korea. It gets to customs, and we usually have it in 5 business days.
Wow, that's great.
They keep it cold in a box with styrofoam and ice packs and everything. So, yeah, we use San Diego Super as our house strain in the brewery.
Nice, good choice.
Yeah, that was recommended to me by a brewer in Seattle, actually, just as a something that's going to ferment really quickly and really clean, and also clear out because it's highly flocculent. So we've had really good results with it.
Okay, excellent.
So with the shipping costs associated with overnighting to Korea, how often are you getting new yeast?
We're getting it maybe every 3 months. We tend to repitch a lot just to save some of those costs. So we'll get up to 14 generations sometimes.
Okay. That's not too bad. I mean, that's the limit, isn't it? But that's not too bad.
Yeah, most
people go longer. Yeah, people can go longer. Some people go shorter.
Most people are 10 is about the number most people do.
Okay.
Yeah, we it was really annoying. Our first time we had to order. The first time we ordered from White Labs, we had to order double the amount of yeast, 2 pitches, just because customs was going to open it to check it.
We have to open one.
Yeah, so they opened one of our yeast, so we only got one out of it. So the first time we did lose a little. Since, though, we get the pitches in and they don't open them anymore, it's great.
Good, because that's expensive,
right,
man.
Yeah. They couldn't just send a vial along with your actual pitch?
These days, I've learned better, and every time I order from White Labs, I also include a couple of homebrew vials in the package so that should customs decide they need to open it, they can hopefully open the homebrew vials and not our pure pitch.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Did they tell you that they opened it?
Yeah, well, it came to us all, taped back up with packing tape. But
got it.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, White Labs has really gone downhill. They're packing tape this stuff now.
Well, just think of the guy that had to taste it or whatever he had to do to check it.
Yeah,
well, They kept bugging us about, what are the ingredients in this? And we're like, well, technically the ingredients in that package are beer and yeast.
Right.
And it was really hard to tell them what was in it, so they had to open it.
I wonder if it made a big mess after 5 days being slightly warmer than it was probably put in there. They open that cap up real quick.
Yeah.
It just goes everywhere.
Well, but plus, Doc, you do make a good point. Open it and do what? Like, are they going to put it under a microscope? Are they going to taste it? Are they
just look at it?
Yeah, it's just
I don't know what they did with it.
No,
I guess they tasted it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the final scene in 12 Monkeys, right? Where the guy's like, "Oh, you can check. It's just samples," and he takes the clear jar out and releases the virus.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
I'm watching the TV show. I haven't gotten that far yet.
It was virus.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? And so he's just killing everybody.
That's what happened. Well, if they did taste it, some customs agent spent some time in the bathroom that day.
Oh, yeah. If he tasted a lot of it.
And technically, it's not beer because there's no hops in it.
Oh.
Yes.
Malt liquor.
So there you go. You can just say it's yeast.
It's yeast. Well, they tried. It didn't work.
They probably did say that.
But I think you said with beer also, and I think maybe that's, I don't know.
Maybe you didn't do the Korean twang. Yeast.
Yeah, you didn't have that.
Actually, they have a word for yeast. So
what is that? What's the word?
Hyomo is the word for yeast.
Okay.
Well, maybe you should have used that on them.
Yeah.
I bet, every language and every civilization has a word for yeast, right? Like, it's such a part of human growth,
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the problems we have is explaining to our customers what hops are, because they have no idea. When we describe things as hoppy, they have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh, interesting.
How do you describe it?
I was quoted in some program here. I said, I guess it's the herb of beer, was how I described it to them.
That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's the one main herb that we use, and but it's still foreign to them. So even explaining it to that, they have to taste it to know, right?
Yeah. Have you tried to grow hops there?
No, but some of our friends have. The problem with Korea is that we have. I don't mean to take a dig at you Californians, but we have a rainy season in the summer.
Oh, damn it.
So we have lots of rain and water.
Monsoons.
Okay.
Anyway, so
but our neighbors to the north are nice.
Too soon.
Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, so here hops they don't grow that great here because of the damp and really moist summers.
Okay.
Is it different from? Forgive the stupid question, possibly, but is it that much of a different climate than Japan, where they are, doing some sort of hop cultures and such?
No, it is. It's a very similar climate. It's just you have to be really careful with the mildewy diseases that hops can get because of the moisture in the summer.
Ah,
yeah.
The Japanese are very careful people, JP.
They really are.
Mm-hmm. They brew in lab coats. Remember?
All right, Stefan, I got to get us to a break. Can you hang out?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more from Galmegi Brewing Company out of Korea, and more from Stefan. If you got questions, 888-401-BEER, or join Bevo in the chat room. We'll be right back with more. Hang in there.
You're listening to the Brewcasters. The Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
For nearly 40 years, one organization has had your back. The American Homebrewers Association. Are you a member? Why not? Join the more than 40,000 brewers who enjoy all the American Homebrewers Association has to offer. Like Zymergy Magazine, in print and online, plus the Zymergy app. Zymergy is the leading publication for amateur brewers around the world. Supporters also get member deals at their local breweries, bars, and homebrew shops. These alone quickly pay for your membership. You'll also get great member-only resources at homebrewerassociation.org and access to AHA events like the National Homebrewers Conference and the National Homebrew Competition. The American Homebrewers Association promotes the hobby of homebrewing, protects the interests of homebrewers, and brings beer lovers together. Become a member today. It costs less than a batch of beer and gives back so much more. Visit homebrewersassociation.org. Three-time Ninkasi Award winner and Grandmaster Judge Gordon Strong invites you on a guided journey of what's new in the world of homebrewing. Modern homebrew recipes, exploring styles, and contemporary techniques available now from Brewers Publications. Gordon brings you specific advice and sensory profiles for as-brewed, award-winning beers with delicious variations to get your creative juices flowing. This is more than just a book of recipes. It sets brewers on the path to discovering what's new in the world of homebrewing. AHA Director Gary Glass says, if you want to enter competitions or just learn more about styles that you might not have experience with, this book is going to help you tremendously. By emulating what Gordon does, you're going to make better beer. Modern homebrew recipes, exploring styles, and contemporary techniques by Gordon Strong. Available right now from brewerspublications.com and find brewing retailers near you.
That's it. I've had it. I am never putting hops in my beer again.
What? Why?
It's just too ridiculous. Insane prices, stupid contracts, high shipping costs, crappy selection.
Dude, you need Nico Brew. Nico Brew will rock your f***ing face right the f*** off your f***ing skull. $5 shipping to all 50 states. Plus fantastic international rates get you low prices on Nico Brew's great selection of hops and more. Whether you're a home brewer, a pro brewer, or a homebrew shop owner, Nico Brew can get you the hops you need in increments big and small. Single orders, spot buys, or full contracts. And there's only one place to join the uber special secret elite bare bones club where you'll get the best deals anywhere.
Holy shit.
NicoBrew.com. NIKOBREW. Nico Brew, your bare bones buddy in the brewing business.
Hey, my brewing brothers and sisters, this is Jamel Zanisha, and I love a bold, hoppy beer, one that spits resin in your face and makes you cry, Uncle. There are a lot of great hoppy beers out there, but at Heretic, we want to make something as bold, dank, and resiny as possible. We use hops at every chance we get, including multiple dry hop additions. The result is Heretic Evil Cousin. This light golden, 8% Imperial IPA has an easy malt character that helps take the edge off the massive bittering, but it takes a back seat to the in-your-face hop character. We make sure this beer finishes dry so the hops can jump out and slam you in the taste buds. If you can't get enough hoppy goodness, Evil Cousin is your cup of tea. Cheers.
You're tuned into this session because life's too short to listen to crappy radio.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Still talking to Galmegi Brewing Company out of Korea, having a good time doing it, drinking their beer, drinking other beer at the same time. Now I'm two-fisting. I've gone from I'm not drinking very much to two-fisting.
Well, it's less than your normal 4.
It's true. I'm just trying to get right again. That's what happens. Drinking to survive. Stefan, thanks for hanging out with us today, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm happy to be with you guys. I'm a huge fan, so it's really nice to be on the show.
Well, thanks, man.
We're huge in South Korea.
Yeah, we're really big in Korea. I think we're bigger in North Korea, actually. But,
do they even know about us?
You can still hit the chat button on the homepage if you have any questions. I see that some folks are in there now. Blobber, I'm watching you, man. Don't be undercutting my lunch meat cut.
Is he trying to negotiate
I'm
some
seeing
deal?
what's happening in the...
Look, I didn't pitch the idea. The idea was pitched to me. What am I going to do, leave money on the table?
I didn't call you. I called out Blobber. He's the one in there trying to cut me out of the deal.
What'd he pitch?
And I'm just... he just said, hey, well, maybe, JP, you could do it for less money and just, not do it with your co-host, Justin.
Well, they know how much money I need.
And
they know that I'm poor.
And they know who carries the show.
Right. He does do all of the work. I mean, he logs in 30 minutes before lunch meet starts and finds headline.
Towards the end, for like the last year, every day, compiling stories.
All right, Stefan. Sorry, I digress. So we've got some more of your beer in our glass. And something that came to my mind before the break, though, that I wanted to ask you about as we're talking about ingredients and things is how about the water there? What's the water like, and do you have to do some treatment to it?
The water we're in Busan, which is in the southeast corner of the country. And actually, the city does a really good job of treating the water here. So we've tested our water that's coming into the brewery, and it is very soft and very clean. So we filter it, but then we also we can do any kind of adjustments that we need to do based on style.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you just do like a carbon filter, or do you don't strip it down? You just
we don't do RO. We just have a carbon filter and a sediment filter, and that's it.
Okay, and then you'll add back whatever you feel like you need for different beer styles.
Yeah, exactly. We use to plug another one of your sponsors. We use Beersmith to do all our water calculations. It's got a really nice function in it. So.
Yeah. See, we're teaching the world to brew over here.
Oh, yeah. Well, 10 years going. Come on.
You haven't been lying all these 10 years.
Well, I do like it when I hear specific methods like that we've talked about it. And not that we've reinvented the wheel over here, but I like it when I hear people say, well, no, we do a good filter to it, and then per style we'll add things back. And I know that that's like specific advice that Jamil and Doc and John Palmer have given, and I'd like to hear it.
Yeah. And I think to Doc's credit also, I think he flosses twice a day now, too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Stefan, are you flossing twice a day?
Yeah.
I most definitely am not flossing twice a day. Yeah.
He's flossing 4 times a day.
Yeah, that's right.
Overachievers over there.
Can you buy floss over there?
That was my next question. Is it on the show?
No, we just use string.
Yeah, it's just twine.
Any old twine.
Any old thing. Right. Yeah. A grass.
Yeah.
Like a leaf of grass.
All of our grass is mint flavored. So it's kind of right there.
Nice. What kind of food do you serve at the brew pub?
So we hired a friend of ours who's from New York and is an American chef. So we serve American-style food with the craft beers because we think they go pretty well together. It can also go with Korean food, but most of the Koreans are coming to us for more of to use it again, a North American experience.
Sure.
So we serve. Actually, our chef is really good at making sausages. So we have a couple of kinds of sausages coming out every week.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, if we were going to open a hop grenade in Mexico, we wouldn't serve Mexican food. Like, that's not why you'd come to us.
Yeah.
We would screw that up, basically.
Because they just call it food.
Yeah. That's what our side would say, too. They'd be like, wait,
food.
What do they mean?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Well, they do have Burger Kings down there.
They do.
Yeah, but they're not like the Burger King up here. They're not like the franchise. It's painted on a wall like Burger King.
Yeah,
Burger King.
It's the Burger Ray.
Yeah.
Does he have a sombrero instead of a crown?
You could serve American Mexican food like burritos and nachos.
Oh, that's true.
And then it's a twist on it.
And then call it Mexican food.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
They'll probably think we're putting Mexicans in our food.
Is that like Tex-Mex, but Amerimex?
Yes, yeah. How many different beers do you guys have on tap? How many different styles do you like to brew?
We brew a lot of styles, actually. Right now, we have 8 different beers on tap at the brew pub. And, yeah, we usually have 8 or 9 on tap at any one moment.
Okay.
What's your major styles that are going out the door so fast? Are they into their IPAs? Is that the thing that just sells itself?
Exactly. Our IPA sells 2 to 1 over every other beer we have on tap. We just can't brew enough of it, basically.
That's awesome. Yeah. Is it the IPA you sent us as well?
Yeah, that is. It's our just a classic American IPA.
Okay.
I think it's in your glass right now.
Yeah, I'm still drinking it. That's what I was asking. So now this one didn't hold up quite as well, if you don't mind me being totally honest, as the other. It's actually still a very clean beer and a clean fermentation. So whatever you did bottling, even though you never do this, you did a nice job. It's just I'm not sure how old it is, but I think just the hops dropped out, which is just a nature. It's part of the age.
It's oxidized.
Is it a little oxidized?
Well, he filled it from the tap.
We filled it from a tap.
Oh, you did? Okay.
So they got oxygen in it, and it's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. How old is it?
That was bottled a couple weeks ago. Again, we tried to do our best. Our friend was flying to Hawaii, and then so we sent the bottles with him. They were warm for a while, unfortunately, and then he shipped them along to you guys.
That'll happen.
Or maybe it was just the oxidation, then not even that it dropped out.
It's fine for a growler because you're going to take it home and drink it.
Yeah, I mean, IPAs do that. It's just the nature of the beast. Hops don't last very long.
Well, and maybe this is weird to say. I'm curious if you guys have this experience. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can taste that a beer was really good. Does that make sense? Like,
for sure.
There are times when we taste a beer and we go, okay, that had issues and maybe they need to fix that. But there are other times, like in this case, where I can go, oh, I think if I had that at the brew pub, it would have been a great IPA. Like you just sort of know that it's not unbalanced and it's not all whacked out. It's just... It was the nature of...
it would be different and better if you had it fresh.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys have to come over then and try it.
Well, if you want to fly us over.
Well, Marty here has a new boat.
True.
Did you think you can get us to Korea, Marty? I mean,
he says, we can't take the RV?
Well, we'll tow the RV with the boat.
Yeah. Put the RV on the boat.
The brakes are bad. We can't take the RV.
Actually, I think the RV is longer than the boat, isn't it? 30 feet? Same. No, longer.
Well, we might, after we finish our lunch meat campaign, we might have to do a Kickstarter to get us in Marty's boat over to Korea.
You go. Yeah.
I'm afraid we'll get shot by a missile as we approach land.
No, we'll know the difference between north and south.
Well, do we know? I don't know how good a navigator Marty is. He's not exactly a sailor.
How
long you on the boat?
He's a real estate guy.
It's 2015. He's got the satellite navigation.
Okay, good. Yeah, South Korea would be great, man. Yeah. So you're there. You're there. That's your town now. You're not leaving Korea, are you, Stefan?
Well, we have a family here now, and we have a brewery, so we're here for the foreseeable future. But one day we would like to get back to Victoria, I think.
To move back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 2 daughters, and we'd love to see them kind of go to school in Victoria if possible.
Got it. Okay.
How old are they?
We're a very young family. Our first daughter is 19 months, and we have a newborn as well.
Bam, bam.
So that's why you're still up right now.
Actually, I'm slightly in the future. It's Tuesday morning here.
Oh, okay. So
I just dropped my daughter off at daycare.
Got it. Now we're making you late for work.
Yeah, but I'm the boss, so I think I can be a little late if I need to be.
There you go.
Yeah.
Stefan,
nice. Nico from Nico Brews in the chat room, and he says he wanted us to give his love to you because he has to put his own children down right now. So he says, cheers.
What are they,
put them down?
Put
them down.
One last time.
That sounds harsh.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't born with tails like he was, so he wants to
start again.
Yes, he wants to call that genetic defect.
Don't blame him.
All right, so now the beer we have in our glass, I believe, is your homebrew, Stefan, which is your
that's
sour.
right. I sent one of my sour projects along, and that one uses a kind of unique fruit from Asia in it.
Which is what?
In Korean, it's called a meshil, but in English, it's called a Japanese apricot.
It
tastes like apricot.
Yeah, no wonder it's so good.
It's not that stinky thing from Singapore, is it?
No, it's not durian.
Durian.
It looks like an apricot, but it's small and green, and they don't get very sweet. So you don't generally eat them here. You can kind of make extracts with them and teas with them, but you don't generally just eat them as a fruit.
This is another killer beer.
Yeah, really good.
Definitely.
Not oxidized. Quite tart, but not overly. Like you can go really tart with me, and I don't care. But this one is I think it's significantly tart, but it's not like so mouth puckering that other people wouldn't like it.
It's not overly acidic.
Did you use what did you use to sour it?
So I hate to plug you guys again, but I'm a huge fan of the Sour Hour, and I kind of used a hybrid of the rare barrel method, I guess. I pitched lacto, a couple strains of lacto, and let it get started overnight, and then in the morning I pitched Brett.
Yeah, I'm not getting a ton of bread, but the lactose coming through really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm using the Yeast Bay's amalgamation blend, and so it's a blend of 6 Bretts, but it's quite fruity instead of funky. So I think it might lend itself well to like a fruited sour beer.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Well, and isn't the Rare Barrel model, of course, that's Jay from the Rare Barrels, the host of the Sour Hour, kind of using Brett to clean things up sometimes, not necessarily to be the focal point, so that it's a success if you don't really taste the Brett. It got put in there to do some cleaning. Was that what you were going for, Stefan?
Yeah, I don't know what I was going for. I was just kind of listening to what he's doing, and I think it kind of worked. So this is my new home souring method, basically.
Now, could you serve, I know not this version because you made it at home, or maybe, actually, that's another question, if you can serve your homebrew at the pub. But would people enjoy a beer of this style at the pub?
Well, first off, I cannot serve it or sell it in any pub.
Okay, so same as here, homebrew can't be sold. Okay.
Exactly. But that Gosa that you guys tried earlier sold really well for us in our brew pub. Koreans really liked it. It's got that slight saltiness and a lot of citrus and sourness. So we kind of have to, recommend it to people and get them started down a little bit of the sour beer train. But they've been receptive to it so far, which is really encouraging for me.
Sure. Well, this would go good with so many different types of food.
How long did it take to make this beer and then also the Goza as well?
So actually, the beer that you're tasting now was a really short turnaround. Basically, it was in the fermenter for a month, and then it's been in bottles for about a month now.
Wow.
Yeah. The Brett I got a really good, healthy pitch going, and it just ripped through fermentation within, 2-3 days, and then I just let it sit.
Nice.
That's an incredibly short turnaround for a beer that's this complex, and I would think.
And then, the second half of that is that after 2 weeks, I then racked it onto 5 kilos of these Japanese apricots and let it sit there for a couple more weeks.
Did you puree it, or did you just do them whole?
I took a bunch of them and I let them kind of get as ripe as I could get them, and then I put them into the freezer. And then before racking, I took them out of the freezer, let them get to room temp, and then I just mushed them up with my hands.
What was the freezer portion for?
I basically just wanted to, something I've heard is that it helps break down some of the cell walls in the fruit.
Okay.
And so basically it gets the fruit ready to kind of give as much flavor as it can to the beer.
Nice.
It makes it mushy.
Okay.
So when you take it out of there and you thaw it, it's more surface area. And it's more mushy,
more readily available.
And it breaks down the cell walls.
Okay.
So are you harvesting your own dregs from this beer?
Yeah, I've been repitching these blends as much as I can. Yeah.
Do you have plans to release this one through the pub?
No, unfortunately, we're a little bit nervous about using Brett in our commercial setup. So I think this one I'm just going to keep homebrewing for now.
You pussy.
I know.
No,
as soon as I said it, I wanted to take it back.
No, man, that's an expensive endeavor. I'd be worried about it too. You really got to do it right.
Just open up a second location and make that your functorium.
Yeah, that would be ideal. Some sort of small farm where we could work on this stuff. But yeah,
sure.
But I mean, even clean beers are so new here, the craft beers, that we really still have to focus on that. Even if my personal interests have kind of drifted a little bit.
Yeah. What's the base beer like on this? What's the grain bill look like?
It's just a golden sour. It's mostly base malt with a little bit of wheat, melanoidin, and oats, just to hopefully give it a little bit of body.
And hops? Any hops?
I think I mentioned hops while brewing it, but I don't know if they actually got into the kettle.
Really?
He texted Nico during the boil.
You think nothing at all?
I think thinking about hops is enough for a sour beer sometimes.
Yeah, it'll make you bitter.
Yeah.
It comes across nicely in this beer.
I think if you stand next to your kettle and you think about the cost of hops getting shipped to Korea, it'll make you bitter.
Just wave the bill over the...
Just wave the invoice over.
I actually have some really old whole hops, and I think I threw a few in the mash, and that was about it.
Got it. Okay. Oh, this is a really nice beer. And is this one of your first attempts at a sour, or you've been doing this for a while?
No, I've been doing sours at home for just over a year now.
Okay.
But I've got to plug another Facebook group that's been very influential. They're called Milk the Funk. Yeah, and I'm a member of that group, and there's just so much good information out there right now on how to do sour beers. And, yeah, that's helped me immensely.
What are they called?
Milk the Funk.
Oh, Milk the Funk. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
That was my DJ name in high school.
Was it? That's a good name.
I'm leasing it to him.
I don't know why he didn't make it.
No, I'm not very good.
The name was great.
Turns out there's not much of a scene in Pleasanton.
No.
Right.
Yeah, Milk the Funk did the Sour Hour, too. So there's an episode with them if you wish to go listen to it.
Okay.
Sure, he's going to do that.
The Goza, I mean, I know you said your IPA is killing it for you, but I feel like your Goza is
number one.
It's your jam.
Seriously?
That should be your flagship beer.
Well, maybe in the future we're going to keep. We're going to rebrew it again for sure, and tweak it a little bit. Maybe try some different citrus additions instead of just the orange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it tasted really close to a Berliner Weiss. You could even try, the syrups like the Germans do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Woodruff and whatnot.
Yep,
at the pub, you mean?
At the pub, yeah. Everybody gets to put in a little bit in there, and it makes it kind of fun. And if I'm selling beer, you want to make it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. What about the rest of that recipe? We did talk about the kind of the oranges that you use, but what does the rest of the Goes look like?
The Goes is a really simple malt bill. It's just 50% wheat malt, and then 46% base malt, and then 4% acidulated malt. We just kind of want to drive the pH a little bit lower so that we can, kind of give our lacto a better environment and keep away some of the other bugs that could try to get to it.
Okay.
What type of base malt did you use on the Goes?
On that one, we used, I think, Wireman Pale Ale. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It had a really nice malt character coming through the oranges and the salt also. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, actually, that is one of the benefits here is that we have the really good quality Wireman malt available to us, which is really nice.
Yeah. Where does the salt come from? Do you actually add salt to the beer?
Yeah, we actually added Korean sea salt to the beer. We added some to the boil kettle, and then we actually added a little bit more to taste once the beer was finished.
Okay. Oh, that's a smart idea.
Is it? Really, I have a bunch at home. It's really, really
because their sodium chloride's much better than ours.
Yeah, I was like, why is the salt different? I'm sure it is.
It tastes different, right, than like North American salt?
No.
Yeah, I guess there's salt terroir. I don't know.
Yeah,
like Himalayan pink salt has a little sweeter.
Yeah.
French has like gray salt or whatever. I can bring some in if you want. It's like super sharp and much more acidic.
It's all about the other minerals.
Moist. Yeah, it's delicious.
How did you find it, JP? How were you turned on to it?
My friend who's Shay Comfort at the Yeast Whisperer. Mm-hmm. He's into a lot of Asian cookings and stuff like that, and we've been talking about doing kimchis and kind of farting around with a lot of kind of Asian-y things. Fart. And he was like, so we're going to make some kimchi and do some pickled stuff, and he's like, you need to get this Korean salt.
Okay.
And so I got it at the Ranch 99 there, the Asian market.
Oh, you can get everything at Ranch 99.
A little goes a long way.
Can you say it like Shay? You have to get this.
You have to get this.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Or we get Paxton out here and he can explain it. all about salt.
Yeah, I'm sure he can.
It'll be great.
A salt show.
The salt show.
He can even explain how he can explain about it.
This is a salt series, even.
The salt assault.
So you have 3 different kinds of salt.
Salt assault with Sean Paxton.
Well, it's a smart move to put some in the kettle and then do the rest to taste afterward. And maybe that's where we were complimenting you on how nothing was overdone or stuck out. Sounds like you were pretty reserved on what you put in the kettle.
Yeah, well, I've done a few homebrew batches that came across a little bit too salty, and it's hard to get any of that out, right? Once something is too salty, everyone just kind of recoils. So we were really worried about that and trying to be really careful about it.
Yeah. Well, you did well. Yeah, we're loving that beer.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And your sour homebrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep doing that one.
Yeah, keep
going.
Yeah.
And
you can send it over, too, if you want.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I think I've got a couple of bottles left. So.
Yeah. Well, next time someone's going to Hawaii, I'll fly. If I have to, I'll go to Hawaii and meet them there.
You'll do that for us?
To transport
as a team-building exercise.
We don't even like each other. Why would we do team things?
Because it's a free trip to Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll land and all go separate ways.
Right.
I'm all right with that.
We'll each go to our own island.
We might like each other in Hawaii.
You think so?
It might just be a California thing.
I liked Sam a lot more in Hawaii.
You did.
That's why he had a kid.
So he ended up with a baby.
That one night.
You liked him 7 times in one day, I think.
Beardy will catch fire in Hawaii. He's too.
I don't go to luau's.
He'll combust.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the sun.
Yeah. I will be as red as a red delicious apple.
Yeah,
I love
the first afternoon.
Now, are you allowed to sell the beer outside of the brew pub, or do you have to go to Galmegi to get it?
No, luckily with the kind of amendments to the brewing laws here, they've allowed small breweries like us to distribute our kegs. So the only stipulation is that we have to do it ourselves in a cold truck. So that basically means me driving a truck to the bars that need the beer.
With the air conditioning on.
And their rule is that it has to be done in a cold truck?
Just turn the
that was
I love
part of
that.
Yeah, they care about quality.
air conditioning.
Yeah. So we actually bought a used dairy truck.
Okay.
And it's got, we can get it down to like 5 degrees Celsius in the back. And we're driving to Seoul twice a month because we have a partner bar there.
How far is that?
It takes about 5 hours, so I have to listen to a lot of the session, unfortunately. Yeah.
And what is define a partner bar?
Basically, we made an agreement that they will be exclusive and they will sell all of our beer all of the time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and they get to use our branding if they want, and they get all of the special one-offs we brew and anything like that.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. So you're making enough beer to do that and then sell it where you are, of course, at Galmegi.
Yeah, we've got 3 locations in Busan as well, 3 of our own locations.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are going for it.
Yeah.
How big a town is Busan?
Busan's, I'm sure you never heard of it, but it's about 3.5 million people. It's Korea's second largest city.
Wow.
Oh, man, we got to open a hop grenade in Busan, I think.
Well, I'll
Busan
help
or
you.
Busan?
I can be your liaison, I guess.
Yeah, you can give us a hand? I mean, I don't want to compete or anything, but maybe we can work together,
Sisters.
Yeah, we'll be sister
Sure.
companies.
We'll get the Hop Grenade logo up before you guys get here.
Yeah. Well, that's Asian countries are tricky too, man. Like especially China. It's the Wild West over there with trademark law. You can't trademark anything. It's there are. I've seen there's the recent one that I saw. I saw Brooklyn Brewery posted on their site, and they laughed about it because they know there's not much you can do. I believe it was in China, and they took the Brooklyn Brewery logo. It's a bee, the green bee with the same, but it was called whatever the town called it in China starts with a B also.
Yeah.
All they did was change the name, but the logo is it's like they hacked their computer and stole the file.
Wow.
But there's
China
nothing.
doesn't do that.
But the government of China, they don't give a shit. There's no recourse. It's like Brooklyn is going to be able to call them and say, "Hey, there's a trademark violation." They're going to go, "Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about." And I'm not saying Korea is the same, but I know that China, particularly, it's a difficult thing to do. I've seen it happen with other American named brew pubs got opened in different. So yeah. So go ahead, Stefan. I can't do anything about it.
Okay. Should I get the tattoo now or later?
If you get the tattoo first, you get more street cred in my book. So, yeah, maybe I won't mind so much if you take it.
The lawyer won't be at your door quite as fast.
That's a lot of people, man. You're in a big city.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were the first craft beer bar here, and that was just 2 years ago. There was basically zero craft beer here.
And now?
Now, I mean, there's at least 10 bars that do craft beer in Busan now.
Okay.
And in Seoul, I mean, it's just growing exponentially. A couple weeks ago, Mikkeller opened up a location in Seoul.
Okay.
Wow.
And Seoul has gone crazy about craft beer these days.
How many karaoke bars are there?
There are, I can't even count. I mean, they're just absolutely. But they're a little bit different. They're called singing rooms.
Oh.
So it's kind of cool because you can go with your friends, and it's a room that can fit 10 to 15 people. And so you don't have to sing in front of the whole bar. You just sing in front of your drunk friends.
Nice. Yeah, we have some of those in San Francisco here, too. And I prefer that in front of everybody. If you're going to go make an ass of yourself,
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, your friends already know you're an ass.
Yeah. You got to show everybody else.
Are there any other brew pubs or breweries in Busan now since you started?
There were a couple of German-style brew pubs, like I mentioned. There's only a couple of them left. So there's 2 other brew pubs. And there's a new brewery that opened just outside the city, a small production brewery.
Okay.
But in Seoul, there's almost nothing because the real estate prices are so high that you basically can't open a brew pub in Seoul. You have to open a brewery kind of out in the countryside and bring the beer into your bar.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just real estate's too expensive, huh?
Yeah. We're lucky in Busan that we can afford to have a brew pub, and it's actually only a block from the beach because we're a beach city.
Oh.
So it's really nice for us.
And what's the beach like? Are we talking like tropical, nice stuff here?
No, I mean, it's just... I'll be nice. It's a beach. Yeah.
Okay.
In as far as the ocean meets the shore.
Right, yeah.
And there is sand.
There's sand.
Oh, okay. It's not a rock.
The nice thing is our beach there's a bridge that kind of goes across the bay that looks kind of similar to the Bay Bridge. And so when you're on the beach, you get to look at, a nice bridge.
Nice.
So,
okay.
That's good. That's good. It sounds like you can't touch the water.
Right, yeah. You don't go in the water.
There's a bridge, so you never have to touch the water.
Yeah.
The water's okay. I mean, there'll be the occasional plastic bag floating by, but it's not toxic, I guess.
That you know of.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't look like black tar.
No, not yet.
It's really an incredible...
Who are we to talk? Our shorelines are disgusting. Plastic bags and black tar everywhere.
It's really an incredible looking city. I'm Google imaging it right now, and it's the huge skyscrapers and like sci-fi looking skyscrapers. For now.
Oh yeah, we're literally in the future here.
You mentioned that earlier.
Let's make a good point.
Way to rub it in.
The beach too. Look, I'm looking at like a crazy crowded picture. Umbrellas like shoulder to shoulder. So people do go to the beach though. It looks
they just don't like the sun.
I think they don't like the sun, but I think they set a record every summer. The other beach, not the beach we're on, but the other main beach in Busan sets the record every summer for the amount of people on a single beach. It's in the hundreds of thousands.
Oh, my favorite.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah.
A lot of Speedos.
There's a lot of Speedos.
They're called Speedos.
All right, Stefan. Well, thanks so much for sharing your beer and your story with us, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It was a pleasure, and I hope we can. I hope I'm stateside sometime next year, and I will definitely be by the Hop Grenade. I think to hopefully try the Hop Grenade beer.
Dude, let us know. Come on in. We'd love to have you back. And
bring beer.
Yeah,
I will. I'll bring beer. I promise.
Excellent.
And sponsor lunch meat.
Is there a website people can go get more information about Galmegi?
Yeah, we keep it easy. Just galmegibrewing.com. We're also really active on Facebook and Instagram, so you can see a bunch of our nice photos of food and beer if you're interested.
And that's GALMEGI, right?
Yes, that's right.
All right, Galmegi Brewing. So you can go to galmegi.com and check it out and get more information. If you're headed to Korea, go check them out. And, South Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it's just Korea, right? Like you mostly say Korea.
Yeah, we tend to not confuse them as much as you guys do.
Yeah, so we're a little particular about it.
All your customers know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
But when you guys do confuse, there's missiles involved.
It gets bad.
Yeah, how does Tox go?
It's a little bit tense right now. I don't know if you've seen the news, but
yeah.
But we're actually okay here. It's business as usual. For some reason, everyone in the South, we don't even worry about it. But
no, it's happened so many times, right?
Yeah, it happens every year. I mean, they're just rattling their sabers, and it's business as usual.
What a weird environment to live in, though.
But it feels like more intense because they're like moving their submarine fleet and they're actually doing a little more than usual, right?
The submarine fleet is like a guy with a snorkel.
Right, that's a 5-gallon bucket upside down.
Yeah.
And a guy walking along the beach.
It's more subs than I have.
That's true. That's a good point.
Well, be safe over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're staying safe. Luckily we're in the southeast corner of the country, so we're just about as far away as you can get from the north.
Oh, good. So you're safe. I mean, we're more safe, but you're safe.
We'll think of you.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Hey, it's been a real pleasure, Stefan. Thanks for being a fan. So that's cool, and for spreading beer love around the world. Thanks for doing the show.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, brother. Well, hopefully we'll see you soon here stateside, or maybe we'll take the BN jet to Korea. All right, dude. Take care.
Cheers. Bye.
One of my favorite things about this show. Like, I mean, Cellar Maker comes in. We know what we're getting. That we're going to have a lot of good beer. But every now and then, we get a brewery and, you never heard of it, or it's in plastic bottles, and they just blow our minds. It's awesome.
You never know. Yeah, you're right. We get in here with something to go, all right, well, we'll see what happens. But these were great beers, so that was cool. All right, what will we do here? We're going to take ourselves a quick break. I'm hoping we still see Sully tonight. But we also have a game to play.
He said he was in here. He said, I think he might be even here.
Okay. Well, why don't we do this? We'll take a break. We'll figure some stuff out. We're going to play Beer or Not Beer, one of my favorite games that we play.
Oh, wow.
So that's back tonight. And maybe we'll find out what's new at 21A also. Hang in there. It's The Session. We'll be back.
You're listening to the Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
A few things happened 30 years ago.
ARPANET migrated to TCP/IP, and the Internet was born. Revenge of the Jedi was renamed Return of the Jedi and opened in theaters. Mila Kunis and Emily Blunt were born, beginning a rad fantasy in my mind.
But all of that pales next to the fact that HopTech opened its doors and began blowing homebrewers right out of their mash tuns. HopTech doesn't fuck around. Real people shipping awesome shit straight to you. Their new website is fast and easy to navigate. Or just call 800-379-4677 and let badass bitch Jade and the gadget guy Roberto blow their warm load of customer service all over you. So visit the site or visit the store in Dublin, California, and support those that support you. Get your brewing on at hoptech.com.
Say hello to my little friend.
You've heard about White Labs Pure Pitch yeast. Pure Pitch is yeast grown right in its final packaging. That means yeast that has never been exposed to the environment. And White Labs Pure Pitch yeast for homebrewers is now available to everyone at homebrew retailers nationwide. Easy to use, perfectly sized, and ready to pitch. White Labs yeast, packaged using their Flex Cell process, ensures the purest yeast on the market. Visit whitelabs.com to learn more about Pure Pitch, Flex Cell technology, and how it's created. Then visit a homebrew retailer near you for your own perfectly sized package of Pure Pitch yeast. And you can say hello to your own little friend. www.whitelabs.com. When I order a beer, I want my server to know more about it than I do. I want someone who enjoys good beer and loves helping others enjoy it too. I want someone who knows how to pour a perfect pint for every beer style. I want a Cicerone.
The Cicerone Certification Program is creating the type of people who help you enjoy great beer. Home brewers and craft beer lovers know beer is more flavorful and complex than ever, and it takes some serious knowledge to store and serve beer right. Cicerones know beer. There are 3 levels in the Cicerone program. program. Certified beer server, certified Cicerone, and master Cicerone. Cicerones are truly the sommeliers of beer. The best beer locations have a certified Cicerone on staff. Relaxed and unpretentious. Cicerones are tested on storing and serving beer, beer styles, flavor and tasting, the brewing process and ingredients, and pairing food with beer. Learn more about your next beer guide at cicerone.org. Certified Cicerone, because it takes top talent to present a perfect pint.
Do you know the 3 most important rules in brewing? Sanitation, sanitation, and sanitation. And no one does it better than 5-Star Chemicals. 5-Star knows sanitation. You can only sanitize clean equipment. And 5-Star knows how to clean, too. For craft brewers and home brewers, 5-Star has what you need to keep your fermenters, serving tanks, kegs, and draft lines sparkling and free of any beer-spoiling bacteria. PBW, caustic, acid cleaners, Star Sand, SanaClean, lubricants and defoamers, pH stabilizers, and more. 5-Star Chemicals has cleaning supplies, safety supplies, heat exchangers, pumps, hoses, and valves. And 5-Star is proud to offer eco-friendly products that exceed customer expectations. If you have a cleaning problem, you need the 5-Star solution. Visit 5starchemicals.com or call 800-782-7019. 800-782-7019 and get the 5-Star treatment today. Adventures in Homebrewing have the knowledge and expertise to craft their own gear and original recipes. Some of the things homebrewing.org creates and manufactures in-house are the Brutus brew stands and propane burners, the Serial Killer adjustable 2-roller grain mill with 7-pound hopper, custom stainless steel false bottoms designed to fit kegels, coolers, and mini-sized brew pots. The brewers at Adventures in Homebrewing have designed a huge selection of original recipes for extract and all-grain brewing. Adventures in Homebrewing original recipes are tried and tested, proven to be of the best quality. And right now, Adventures in Homebrewing is shipping 24 of their best recipes for free. Visit homebrewing.org for the most current selection. Once you try one of Adventures in Homebrewing recipes, you'll keep coming back for more. And now, it's even easier with free shipping on these kits. Brewing Network listeners receive 10% off their homebrewing.org orders when they use coupon code IPA at checkout. See terms and conditions for full details.
You're listening to the Brewing Network. Because like beer, radio shouldn't suck.
Yes, welcome back to the program. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We've had a busy night, and it's about to get busier. Our old friend.
Wow.
No emphasis on the old.
I was going to say.
But our longtime friend, Sean O'Sullivan. Sully's in the studio with us.
He's coughing on me right now.
It's great to be back here. It's been a long time, actually.
I don't think I've been in my bar with you at the same time. I think you've been here, and I've been here.
Yes.
But we've never been here together.
We've never crossed paths.
Like now.
No.
Did you get your senior discount at the bar when you ordered your beer?
I did. Discounts?
For seniors. I did. Actually, I'm just waiting for my ARP card to get in the mail, so I don't have that. So your staff's very good out there because they checked on me and said, "Hey, do you have your card, sir?" And I said, "No, I don't." And says, "Well, come back later."
Yeah.
Maybe when you're feeble.
Your AAA card will do. That's close enough.
Yes.
We know that means you're responsible.
Yes.
We were having this conversation before we came back on air about Tasty's out sick. And then, of course, Doc then wondered if he moves up the death pool. And I'm like, well, he's just got like a flu or something. But it made
That's
us.
what they say. I got a little flu.
Starts with the flu.
You go to the hospital.
I'll be fine.
And then out.
We got one less friend.
But then it prompted the discussion. Wow. It prompted the discussion: is Tasty a senior or is he elderly?
Yeah, and there's definitely a hierarchy of age.
Right, like senior comes first, right?
It's senior, yes, and then you progress into elderly syndrome.
Well,
once you start wearing diapers, you're elderly.
You can't take care of yourself, and you don't know where you are sometimes.
Then you're convalescent.
That's elderly, right?
But isn't that convalescent?
Well, that's another level.
Where you need a home.
Yeah.
Well, that's at the end of...
What about feeble? How does feeble fit into the spectrum there?
This is getting complicated.
Anybody can be feeble.
Yeah, you can be young and feeble.
I feel like Tasty's feeble.
Right. Tasty may be feeble anyway, regardless of anything else.
I got that dirty old man thing down pretty good, don't I?
He's going to make it. I think I'm still higher on the death pool than Tasty.
He's going to make what?
So,
right.
What is the hierarchy?
He's going to make it through.
In his pants.
Don't feel good about that.
I think the latest is me at the top. JP moved down because he got cured.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he got married.
I think it's me, Tasty, Jamil, JP. I think that's about the list.
I didn't make the list.
Does that sound accurate?
What about Doc?
Wow, Doc's not even on the list.
Doc is going to Burning Man.
Right, exactly.
I know, but Doc is bulletproof. Like the man, I mean, I don't mean to jinx you or anything, so I'm sorry about that. But Doc's got, I don't know what he has. He's deformed, or
he has a deformity.
He has a deformity that keeps him alive forever.
I'm gifted.
Yeah.
So no,
I think he's like way down the list.
Okay, he's not even on the list.
Well, he might be like Beardy's.
Is he below me? I'm not even 30 yet.
Yeah, no, I think he's above you.
I think Beardy's
but
actually,
I might walk into a wood chipper.
I think you're actually higher up in the list because of the beard. Because of wrapping around, spinning.
Accidental death.
And he can't see well, and he drives a scooter.
Yeah. You're right. So the only reason he's on the list at all is accidental death.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
The rest of us, it's lifestyle choices.
Well, yeah.
Genetics.
I got a week left here, by the way. Don't put me in that pool. Probably a good week, solid week.
Dude, you got a brewery to open, man. You got to get through that week. Now, Dave Wilson is also in the studio with us, and Dave is your president?
Dave is the sale of
well,
president.
Today, I mean, by the way, when you were talking about Doc's deformities, you were looking right at me like I should scoot over because I'm sitting right next to him.
Yeah,
so I'm a little worried about that.
You should watch out. Can I admit that I'm confused now about Dave being the president? And it's not because I don't think that Dave is qualified. I've known Dave for a few years now. I remember when you started with 2NA. And I think you've done great things for the company.
Well, thank you.
But, Sully, we didn't have this conversation.
I'm supposed to check with you on this? Is that what's going on here? Like, I got an idea here. I want to run it by you.
Maybe you don't have to check with me, but
he just wants to know why.
Well, like, you're the guy. Like, you're the face.
So this is what happened. I'll pull the curtain back and do the big reveal here. So Dave started with us when we started basically packaging beer. And Nico and I knew nothing about selling beer in the outside world.
Okay.
So in comes Dave Wilson, who was the national sales director for Deschutes Brewing Company up in Bend, Oregon. And he came on board. We convinced him to do this. I can't believe it. And kind of put us on the map. He took us from, little humble beginnings, 1,000 barrels a year in 2008, to where we are today. And it's really through his, initiation and relationships and making it happen with distributors and the like out there that where we are today, because we would not have been able to do it. So he said, we got to do something for this guy.
Give him a title.
Give him a title. So
give him a fake title and a name on the door.
Exactly.
And invite him to talk.
Exactly. Dave, this is part of the perks, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell. It's actually worked out really well because it's allowed Nico and I to kind of pull back just a little bit. I mean, believe me, we're still, we had like 5 meetings today. Very, we're right there.
You're still always
on
working.
What's going on. But Dave actually, he handles a lot of the day-to-day operation. He handles a lot of the interaction goes on with the pub manager and the pub staff and the new brewery and all that. He really is kind of the orchestrate. He's the composer of the entire operation right now in a lot of ways. And he's way better as a person. He's nicer than Nico and I in a lot of ways. So Dave is like the nicest guy in the world.
He is very nice.
Unless you cross him. And then that's it. So
I do think, Sully, that you've always been good at identifying what your weaknesses might be and then hiring people to do the work that you can do.
Yeah, the way the recipe for success in any organization is that you hire people to do the job better than you can.
Yeah,
that can do the job better than you can, and that's true. I mean, you have to know things about everything, and that's certainly we do that. But I mean, you need to you can't hire somebody who's not going to, or have somebody involved in your operation that's not going to bring value to it. So Dave Wilson brought a lot of value, and he's a big guy too, so he brings a lot of value.
A lot of value.
Yeah.
All right,
but Justin, before we start, I'm a little surprised today because we rolled up here and we thought there was like this big anniversary party going on, and we're like, Dave was able to park his car out front. I thought there'd be more people here. You're kind of connected in the brewing industry.
The golden ropes.
You got a hot girlfriend, but is this the party?
No, because on your list of weaknesses is fucking dates, Sully.
Is it not tonight?
It was yesterday, man.
Oh, well, anyway.
And
here,
I gave you top billing.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here, I got you a couple of little things there. I brought you a card.
Should I open it now?
Yeah, you just go ahead and open it now.
We have a card here. This is nice of you.
I know this is radio.
Weird. It's orange also.
Oh, no, he's on video. It's cool.
It's an orange card.
Yeah, it's like Halloween.
Happier, and then, it's like a little happiest, this little fishbowl. I can put it on the on the camera.
It moved.
It's one of those moving cards. Congrats on your 1-year anniversary, Sully and the 2-1.
I love the dollar store.
Thank you for not doing hoppy, hoppier, and hoppiest.
Well,
you would add a heart attack.
The funny thing is, you go to a card shop and you get an anniversary card, and there's nothing that says happy anniversary. It's always about how I love you, and kind of crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, the last few of those for me was hard to pick out.
I don't know what he just said. Hey, and I got you a couple gifts. Because it's very important. I got you a watch here because it's very important for you to keep the show on time and keep it moving.
Does that watch have a date function, Sully? Because maybe you should.
You
should re-gift that.
It does have a timer function. This bit has 17 seconds left, Sully.
Wow. All right, I'll keep it moving then. And I got you My Little Pony Rarity. In case the whole thing goes belly up, it's Rarity. And you can sell that on eBay probably for a little bit more than I paid for it.
It's a little...
don't touch it.
Should have made that a unicorn.
It's nice.
It actually is a unicorn.
You know what I'm going to do? And I'm not joking right now.
Here.
I am going to strap this to the front of my Burning Man bike this week. This is going to be my little character all week.
Oh, you're going to be a brony.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
Good work.
I got one more thing.
Okay.
It actually might work out for you in Burning Man, but when I come here, I noticed that you guys don't even have a barbecue. So I brought you a barbecue, as a gift because you need that. Every brewery, show like this needs a barbecue.
It's a 12-inch tabletop grill.
You can make peat malt with that.
Yes, you're right. We don't even have a barbecue.
So you set that up outside or in the studio here.
Warren
I'm sure
could
you'll
kill
be fine.
himself on it. It'd be great.
Or take it to Burning Man.
You could put that on your bike also.
I'll put this on the back of my bike.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, driving barbecue. Sully, this is very sweet of you. Thank you for all the gifts.
All kidding aside, Doc.
You have a gift?
Congratulations. I mean, it's been...
Thanks, Sully.
this has only been a year for this. I was thinking about everything else that's been going on.
Well, 10 years we've been doing, and you've known us that whole time.
Yeah, I have, actually. Yeah. And we just celebrated our 15th anniversary in August. So
that's
for
right.
the pub in San Francisco, yeah.
Excellent.
And you've never said goodbye.
That's right. Sully's never left us. He's never ditched us like some of those other jerks. Well, you've been from the garage now to the Hop Grenade.
He's gone full circle. We're going back to the garage.
It's a nicer experience now, right?
It is. It's way better. I'm glad I remembered where it was because I almost went to Martinez actually on the way over here. I was like, don't go there. There's probably a T-shirt shop in the old studio.
All right. Now, Dave.
Yes.
Sully, you have to be quiet for a second.
Okay.
Sully's a pain in the ass to work for, right? I mean, I know that you're good at what you do, and I love this man. I would never work for Sully. And he knows I know him too well, I think. And it would ruin our relationship. And I wonder what...
Thank God nobody's listening right now.
I wonder... He's difficult to work with. Be honest with me. He's opinionated.
I think difficult is actually a really strong word.
Okay. What would you use?
There are very interesting challenges, but he presents opportunities daily.
Yes, he does.
To overcome
personal growth.
Very presidential. It's really in how you look at it.
Okay.
You could take these as difficult situations, but no. Actually, you know what, Nico and Sean. They make actually my job a lot easier because really the 2-1A is it's an extension of their personalities, which is a little nutty, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
But goddamn, it's authentic.
Yeah.
Which one's a bigger thorn in your side? Is it Sully or Nico?
Good Lord.
I am sitting next to you right
He
now.
is sitting right next to me.
Nico's not in the room right now, by the way.
I'm going to say that Sean's thorn is slightly larger than Nico's.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, congratulations.
Nice That's what I'm talking about.
And how often does it happen that, wherever it starts, Sully says one thing to you, and then, the next day or 20 minutes later, Nico's like, forget he said that.
Every day. Every day. So here's what happens. There have been times when you can come into the offices and you can see me actually in the corner in the fetal position because I don't like it when the parents fight.
Right.
They fight in front of the kids often.
Right.
And there's some real heated, it's not the heated debates that get me, it's the makeup.
Okay.
Afterwards,
really?
It's a little uncomfortable.
It's super awkward.
We talked about this before, Dave, and you told me you were fine with it.
But now isn't that a healthy partnership? You guys are fine to really hash things out.
I got to say, it's like I think it's because both Nico and I and Dave have siblings, so it's like we get into it sometimes. It's not, but at the end of it, and it's not like we're getting angry at each other. It's just about, the process of, maybe we're designing a new can, or we want a direction where the company to go and all this. But so it's like it can get pretty heated, but honestly, the way it kind of works is if somebody feels really passionate about something, and I don't really feel that that passionate about it, I'll be like, let's just do that. But if I feel, we will go at it.
Okay.
And Dave this is what's great about Dave now. He's the facilitator, man. He can hear both sides, and we can but it makes it sound like we're arguing all the time. We are not arguing all the time. Okay. Nico and I just started talking to each other again. It used to be lawyers up until about 2 weeks ago.
I see, yeah.
It's getting better, and I like to keep it that way.
That's good.
Justin.
That's good, yeah. Well,
no, it's been a lot of fun, and having Dave on board, honestly, it's great. I mean, he's a fun guy to travel with. We were just in England last week, setting up distribution and importing over there.
Oh, that's cool.
Somebody was bringing our beer over there, like gray marketing in there.
Oh, really?
And we were like, fuck that.
Let's just do it.
We want to do it ourselves. So we had connections back there, and so we're setting that up right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the deal now, since the last time we spoke to you, and it sounds like Dave has just had such a big part of this, is that now you're building like this mega brewery, or it's built in San Leandro.
Yeah, it certainly is built. I mean, it's a large brewery. It's down there on William Street, just on the other side of the fence from Drake's Brewery. It's an old Kellogg's factory, and it's a big, big brewery. I mean, people see it and they go like, "My God, are you going to be able to sell this beer?" But we actually make a good, sizable amount of beer right now. We'll make 104,000 barrels of beer this year.
Wow.
With our partner brewery in Cold Spring.
Just still use both simultaneously.
We're going to still use them. We're going to peel off some production so they can handle the West Coast and some new markets and some specialty beers and all that that we're going to be putting out in packages. But we need that capacity. We desperately need it. We don't even have enough.
How excited are you to have a brewery like this now, where you can get back in there and do anything you want?
We have been doing that, in Cold Spring, but we've been kind of in a little bit of a box.
Okay.
So the capacity's been limited, and also we haven't been able to make new beers or in new packages. So that's what's really exciting. We have a new beer coming out right now, which I'm about to present to you.
Excellent.
Which is Toaster Pastry, which is this new India Red Ale that's coming out in a 19.2 ounce can. It's a single serve can.
I've seen it on the media, the MySpace and stuff. I've seen it out there.
I read the live video. I've seen that on the media.
Yeah, I've seen it around.
We're talking right now.
The ad in the Penny Saver was amazing.
So it's a.
Oh, I thought they were like tall, skinny cans, but no, they're like serious cans.
Yeah.
Sully, can I just clarify something? So if you did 100K this year, does that mean you're going to just straight double? You can do 200K in 2016?
Whoa.
Well, because now you have two breweries instead of one.
But the way it works, Moscow, is that we don't have all the capacity they have back in Cold Spring, so it's not like we're doubling capacity right now. I see. So
you have a goal? Like what's the number? What do you hope it is?
Who is this guy? What's he asking questions for?
He's the numbers. He wants to know. So
we're probably scheduled. Well, Dave, he asked you. You're the president.
I'm going to open this, all right?
That's a lot of pressure.
Still being tested. He's been the president for 2 years.
Wow. So we're looking to actually increase next year about 35%, something like that. So it's really bringing on San Leandro is more about giving us the opportunities to branch out. Like Sean was saying, Cold Spring's been pretty amazing for us the last 8 years, but it certainly presents some limitations. Mm-hmm. And San Leandro, it's there are no
wide open now.
It's wide open. We can do whatever we want. I mean, Sean shows up, Nico shows up. They walk out there, they touch the tanks, they talk to the people. Sometimes they touch the people.
And talk to the tank.
Yeah.
Talk to the...
I saw that on the media, too.
The touching part?
Yeah.
But, yeah, this is really about giving us an opportunity to branch out and just widen the beers that we offer to the people. Everybody wants something new and exciting, and we're going to keep doing the old classics, but with a little twist now.
And so you have your grand opening this weekend, right?
Yeah, so we have a huge party. We're inviting everybody to come down. It's from 12 to 10 down at 2010 William Street in San Leandro. There's a BART stop there.
12 p.m. to 10 p.m.?
Yes.
That's a long... It's a lot of drinking.
You can take it in shifts.
There's a guy coming off his anniversary party right now. Like, holy shit, what are you fucking doing to me here?
It's basically Oakland at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.
Well, it's not Oakland. It's San Leandro. It's a kind of nice cause, calm little, industrial hamlet there next to Oakland. But no, we're going to have bands. We have food trucks. Nice. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have face painting for the kids. So JP, bring your kids down. There'll be
it'll be great.
Trumpy.
Yeah.
The cart won't let me bring them. So
Anyway, so we're super excited about that, and we've got a lot of people are going to show up actually. And the city of San Leandro is really excited. That's the other great thing about this venture down there is that they were really, really excited about us coming in here. They were really open and really made it real comfortable for us to come in there. San Leandro for a long time didn't have really a lot going on there, and has transitioned out of sort of being a real industrial hub, and like the Kellogg's plant left. And
then it's this big vacant spot, right?
For a long time. And actually, what's kind of nice about us going in there is like in fact, what's really cool about it is that there's a lot of old timers that are still like in the area from back in the Kellogg's days. And they still have meetings once a month.
Really?
And, this big annual party, and they're going to start having their meetings at our place.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's really you get a sense of community down there, and now we have 3 breweries in San Leandro. We've got Cleophas Quealy, which is the new guys on the block, which are the
good beer.
Yeah, Peter and Dan, and then Drake's, and now us. So it's like turning this little hub of craft brewery down there.
And the brewery it's an enormous space, and you're doing this in phases, right? So you're up and brewing now, and of course you've got this beautiful canning line, which I know you really like. It's like it blew my mind, this thing.
Yeah.
But there's other things that are going to go on there too.
Yeah. So right now, I mean, the focus was getting production. We needed the production. We need the capacity sort of to feed the market, and so we have so everything kind of went into that. It was like all the attention and bandwidth went into that, and so we've opened up a modest tasting room with an outdoor area.
Yeah.
We have food trucks, and then eventually the full sort of realization of the property is going to be a kitchen with more of an extensive outdoor beer garden, sort of floating bars on the property.
Nice.
Sort of self-guided tours. You can walk through the cellar block and all that. So it's.
Are you going to voice over the self-guided tour, Sully? Because I think you should, man.
The cellar.
Yeah, dude. Come record it in here.
HP4's centrifuge by Westphalia spins at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yes.
If it came unhinged, it'd go from here to China in 10 seconds.
And take you with it. Yeah.
So let's talk about this toaster pastry a little bit. I mean, this is a pretty complex beer. I did I went back to my old days of brewing when I first started brewing at Triple Rock back in the 40s when it was a coal-fired brewery. That's a joke.
Yeah. I remember those times.
Thanks for laughing there, Beardy. And one of the first beers I brewed there was Red Rock. And one of the first malts I really fell in love with was Hugh Baird 7080. So this has 7080 crystal in it. It's got some Cara Munich, a little bit of carafe in it, and then we just loaded it up with a bunch of hops. A lot of late hopping, actually. In fact, there's so many hops I had to look. Let me see if my glasses
check it out.
on.
And this is brewed at the new place, of course.
Yeah, new place. It's got Citrus, Chinook, Simcoe, Mosaic, Azaka, and Calypso in the dry hop.
Wow.
And then there's just a whole bunch of late hops. Was bittered with Warrior, Centennial, Latana, Amarillo, and Mosaic towards the end.
It's a great beer.
A little bit of biscuit malt in it. So the idea and the sort of motivation of this beer is that we wanted the idea to be that you're like biting into a Pop-Tart.
Nice, yeah.
And so it has that crust-like character that you get from the biscuit malt and the Munich malt, and a little bit of the crystal. And then with the interaction, the way I see it, the interaction, how the hops play with the malt, it's almost like this jammy-like character to it. And it's got that red hue that you'd get with like a raspberry or strawberry Pop-Tart. So, and the cool thing about this story is it just wasn't like created overnight. I actually homebrewed recipes of this. Actually, JP, you were at my house one time when I was homebrewing this. So I did.
When was this? Like 5 years ago?
No, it was just about 18 months ago, 2 years ago. So I was brewing I did these 5-gallon recipes and just kind of started this, this sort of the idea behind this beer, and then brewed a 12 barrel recipe at the pub called Ales for ALS. It was the Ales for ALS. Beer.
Oh yeah.
And then I did a beer called Blah 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 IPA. Maybe you had that. So I was just kind of like formulating this recipe and kind of taking it to, I knew we were going to package and make this beer. So I was like doing these little test batches on it. So
I think you did it right. Most of the descriptors that you used were rather sweet descriptors, but I don't consider it a sweet beer. It has like that toaster part, that crust part that you mentioned is what kind of really ties it all together, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, the India Red Ale is like a style right now that I think is getting a little bit of momentum. You're seeing more and more of them. And it really differs a little bit in a sense from your sort of your West Coast style IPA by the addition, I think, of caramel malt. I'm a kind of an anti-caramel malt guy.
Okay.
When it comes to brewing IPAs, I strictly like, in our Brew for Your Diet, strictly just pale malt, Munich malt, and light crystal. But you incorporate a little bit of that that crystal malt, just a little, not to sort of play up on it too much, but I think it's actually kind of an elegant addition to it, and sort of it definitely sort of creates that sort of, when you have the concept of India Red Ale, which is relatively new. So,
and this is on the shelf now. People can get it.
No, this is not. This is
not
what's
yet.
Exciting about this, Justin.
Okay, we're the first.
Justin, don't fall asleep on me over there.
Sully's the only one who lets us have scoops. Everyone else scoops us.
This is the scoop. This is this is the first time, aside from this past weekend at this festival, was that but you are the first ones in the 925 area code.
Oh, good. Thank you.
That have had this beer. So this beer is officially going to be released at our opening party this weekend.
Which is what, Monday or Tuesday? Is that when the party is?
Is motherfucker. It's Sunday. Can we tell them about what we're doing with this?
Well, the whole, I mean, we got a little bit of
presentation,
absolutely. Let's tell everybody about this. I mean, we got music, we've got food trucks, we've got beer, we've got face painting.
Nice. Do you have a VIP section?
Absolutely.
You have clowns?
We do have clowns. several clowns.
Okay. Unless we show up on Monday or Tuesday.
That's true. Then you won't have clowns.
Yeah, look, we're opening this thing up to everybody. There is no ticket purchase.
Oh, really? So our listeners can go out?
Absolutely.
They can come up. I mean, you just pay for
Why
beer
did Dave Hopwood come in here and tell me...
And sell you tickets?
Yeah, well, basically, he was like...
You have to pay.
Yeah, he was like, oh, hey, if you want to go, just send me... I can get you guys in. Like it's something.
Well, no, he was... Justin, we'll talk about this later. But he was actually going to set you up. Okay? You're like, what is this about this? And, I should shut up now, Sean.
So everybody can go.
Everybody can go. It's open
this
to
is
the
awesome.
public. Yeah.
Well, how cool.
I'm going.
I'm going to go, too.
I said yes, I would go on Facebook.
I think I said yes there, too.
I'm not going.
I know you won't be here. You'll be naked by then in the desert.
Perfect. And maybe dead.
Potentially dead, yeah.
Way too early.
One can only hope.
Now... now that I'm a retail establishment, can I order this beer now and serve it next week after you guys launch it?
Is this where I get on my knees and blow you so you put the goddamn beer on?
There's just a pallet waiting for you to say
tell you what, if Sean blows you, I will deliver a keg.
You will personally... Listen, I'll come pick it up if he blows me. You don't even have to do that.
You'll probably deliver more than that.
Now, listen, we had...
You'll be able to get this beer, right?
Yes.
But I want it like next week.
You want it now.
I'll let you guys launch it.
You're having it right now.
And then next week, I want to serve it to my customers.
Well, maybe we should just do it at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, even over the weekend?
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
I would love to do that.
I mean, you had us here.
Yes, agreed.
So why not?
We served.
We should talk about that.
We were serving Hell or High Watermelon at my anniversary party yesterday.
Drinking beautifully, by the way.
I have one tonight. But you guys could serve it here and then send them over to the party.
Oh, see, it's a great marketing tool.
It really is.
Our bartenders can, every time somebody orders it, you can go,
there is a party down south.
It's happening right now.
A 5-minute story about the whole thing for every purchase. Let me tell you about the beer.
I'll just have them hit play. I'll just cut out a little segment right here.
That will have your voiceover too.
Hi, friend. I'm Sean O'Sullivan. That's
like
right, cans.
That's right.
The old guy who runs Jurassic Park when they get on the tour, and it's like the audio.
I got that. I totally got that.
Spared no expense on this brewery.
Why did you decide on the tall boy format of these cans with this one?
I think we were looking for an opportunity to have fun with new package sizes. So often you go to a grocery store, liquor store, and you see the 22-ounce bomber bottle. And I think this is just something that we thought would be kind of fun to start putting our toe into new package sizes. We have a variety pack coming out this year.
Nice.
Actually, the first time we've ever done that. That's coming out at the end of this year. Then we'll have a spring one coming as well. We have a bunch of whole new beers planned that are just.
And you have one canning line that can do all these formats?
Yeah. We do. We change over the parts, and you can run different sizes and things like that. So
size matters.
Yeah.
Technology.
Yeah,
Sully, what are you now? Are you the brewmaster? What is your title? What do you? Because you designed this beer.
Yeah. So I'm very. So I design the beers. I come up with all the recipes.
You do.
I work with the brew staff, work on process, and sort of guide my staff to create great beers. And everybody's really motivated. We're kind of small and scrappy right now, but we've got a lot of great people on board. Some people come from other breweries, and we're having a great time.
In all your growth growth and all the things you guys are doing, that's still the part that you want to do every day is the brewmaster part.
Yeah, I still want to wear the brewmaster hat. Yeah, I mean, my big thing is I like creating. I mean, we talked about it a little earlier that like brewing is like cooking in a lot of ways, and that's how I kind of approach it with the sort of the ingredients and the interplay of all that. And the other thing I really like is like working with Nico and Dave on new packages, names, and sort of direction of the company. So I mean, we had like 5. As it turns out, the way you run a brewery is you actually don't really do anything. You meet. We had like probably 5 meetings today about meeting. We just have a meeting about a meeting.
It sounds awful.
Yeah,
it's too many meetings.
You drink a lot more. I tell you what,
you do, right?
And I get like really kind of. Dave knows this about me. Like I don't. Like, I'm not a big meeting guy. I mean, I get a little,
I've eliminated all meetings from our company.
You don't have any meetings anymore?
No, we used to do them weekly. I cut them all out.
Why? You got to meet with your people.
Doesn't it show?
Email.
Yeah, the best part is we get our whole crew together once a week.
You guys
we go
like
over the
each
real
other.
important stuff, and Sean's really trying to whittle this down to a 10-minute meeting.
Right.
So,
yeah, because that's how long Sully needs is 10 minutes to give his spiel.
Yeah.
No, I'm being honest. Meetings. I mean, I get you're a larger organization. There's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
But meetings kind of blow. I mean, doing that all day.
Well, they're necessary, but it's just part of the thing, man.
Part of the thing.
Yeah. Anytime you read like when Mitch Steele's on, he comments on the meeting aspect of it, and he and I will get together and talk about that. You're like, you're having another meeting about a meeting about a meeting.
Right. You meet about meetings.
Yeah.
You're still traveling a lot, though.
Yeah, I do travel. I like to travel. It kind of gets me. The thing about it is that before I got into brewing, I was a paralegal amongst other careers back in Los Angeles, and I had an office. I had an office. I'd go to work every day, and I didn't want to do that. I thought I was going to go to business school or law school, so I kind of decided to get into brewing. Moved up north, and it was great because I was working every day in the brewery and kind of lifting stuff and a little lighter back in the day, and so now I have an office. So I've created my own little hell again. So I've actually tried to make it as uncomfortable as I can. So Nico and Dave have these beautiful, elegant desks, and I have I went out, I ditched mine, and I have this metal desk that your principal had. I got this from a surplus store. I have an uncomfortable chair
because you don't want to be in.
I don't want to be. I want to be moving around. I'm going to be walking around the brewery.
Yeah.
I want to. And then the other thing I get off on is traveling and talking about this industry and what we're doing. I mean, I think it's really important to get people excited about what we do. I mean, everybody has a story in this industry, and I think that's what people really gets them excited. And I think that's important for you to do. That you have to do.
I think that you are happy now again, if I could say that. And I don't mean I think you guys were growing so fast, and there was a lot of business to be done, and you weren't maybe brewing as much as you liked, and it was part of the process.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And when I see you in the brewery now, and Dave, I'm sure maybe you could help me out with it. When I see Sully there now, he's like a kid again. He's running around. He's look at my my boiler, look at my
pony.
But you're happier again.
Yeah, I am. I mean, honestly. Cold Spring has been great. I love those guys.
Yeah.
And every single one of them, guys out there listening right now. But
you've done great things with them.
We've done great things.
Yeah.
They went from an old lager brewery, and to built this state of the art brewery that's actually the same brewery we have.
Okay,
so
nice.
There's a lot of similarities there. But we. It's fun. We all feel it in this company. It's just not me, I don't think. I think everybody's feeling it right now.
Stoked
we
right
can
now.
literally go nah, we're going to do this today.
Yeah,
And when you brew at another location, you have to sort of go through a channel to turn the ship a little bit. And so.
And what about the pub now in Zamba? Is that now the redheaded stepchild of 21A?
We actually sold that about a year and a half ago.
It's not even. Yeah. It's 22A now. It's a
when
whole
does Coors take it over?
It wasn't Coors, actually.
Oh,
it was, no, the pub is still vital. I mean, the pub is is not going anywhere. Zambo is great. Zambo, it's essentially our test kitchen in a lot of ways. So anytime I we want to create anything, we do it there. I mean, it's a lot of fun. So that's not going anywhere.
And I am gonna jump in and tell you, yes, Sean is. We're going to have a moment here, Sean.
Do it.
I love when it's happening.
He is actually, I see it too. He is much happier, but how could you not be?
Sure.
His kitchen is now 15 minutes away from his house.
Yeah.
And he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the gift that Sean gives us, is the recipes, the beers, and that out-of-the-box thinking. So it's really nice for all of us to be able to show up in one place and not just talk about the beers, but then actually go out and execute it.
Yeah.
How could you not be happier?
Agreed.
Getting on a plane and flying out is a challenge.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're doing that quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
What's your miles status now? You're like 1 billion miles or something?
I'm in the billionaires miles club.
Like when you go into an airport, they hand you gold bars.
They hand me gold bars. They say, Mr. Stone, would you like to fly the plane today, sir?
You can do anything you want, right?
I flew that last leg, and it was a shit show.
All right, so all joking aside, I'm in San Francisco waiting for Sean to show up, and I get into a little room where I only got in because I was flying with Sean.
Okay.
And then they see my shirt, and it says 21st Amendment Brewery, and they're like, where's Sean?
That's how often he's there, yeah.
So I text Sean and say, Sean, I think you need to show up quickly because they're ready to get me out of here because they want to talk to you.
Yeah, I was mid-massage, and then they realized I wasn't Sean.
And I don't even fly.
I'm just hanging out at the airport today.
It's weird.
You're still back and forth from Cold Springs a bit, though.
Yeah, we go back and forth. We go to, we're also go to other markets, and, there's still, you get up and tell your story and get people excited about what you're doing. So
why don't you have a jet? Ken Grossman has a jet.
Oh. I knew you were going to bring that up today.
Yeah. Is it a green jet?
It's he has it. I mean,
getting down to brass tacks.
No, we don't have one yet, Justin.
You want to go in on a jet with the Brewing Network? We'll pay for the wheel.
Wow.
In the car.
Just one of them.
Just the first one.
Just the one on the side of the road wheel.
It's really hard to land with one wheel.
but that's the one we're paying for.
Dave, how do you know? You don't know shit.
Yeah, shut up, Dave.
How many wheels have you bought?
Fucking stop that shit right now.
Don't you have a company to run?
God damn it.
I'm trying to negotiate over here.
I'll work on the jet, Justin.
All right.
We'll definitely.
Because Ken's never going to invite me to ride in his jet, but you'll invite me. You're a nice person.
Well, we'll see.
What'd you do to Ken?
Yeah. All right. How about we take a little break? We got some games to play. We got some fun to have with you guys.
I like games.
I think we got some more toaster pastry to drink, too.
It's really good. I can get the kind of.
What do you guys think of it?
I can get all of that.
It's really, really good.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Yes. Thank you.
I think it's a great beer. I think it's
it's interesting because it's kind of blown up online right now there's these other beers that have come out that are sort of breakfast cereals. There's a Count Chocula beer. There's a Wheaties beer.
Oh, yeah, we just saw Heffa Wheaties. Yeah.
So, but the funny thing about it is there's actually using the ingredients of the cereal in those beers.
Yeah.
And it's fun because I thought they were using.
They are not.
No.
Only the cocoa, whatever.
Cocoa.
You're not using Pop-Tarts?
How many Pop-Tarts lost their lives?
There was actually no Pop-Tarts lost, and we don't make any mention of Kellogg's in any of the promotional material or anything like that, Kellogg's. So please stay away from us.
Are you you like to put the wedge of watermelon on the watermelon wheat. Are you going to serve this with Pop-Tarts at the brewery?
Dave, make note.
There's going to be a commercial. No one cheers for the guy who brings toaster pastries to the party.
I mean, you guys can afford a couple of toasters at this point. It's an easy way to pair.
Yeah. So, maybe we'll do that.
Okay.
Well, that should at least be a face painting option. For the kid.
To be a Pop-Tart?
Yes. You get a Pop-Tart on the face or a toaster.
No, toaster strudel is way better
the Pillsbury
than Pop-Tart.
one.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bev, stop it.
She's white trash. She knows.
Excuse me.
She's the expert.
I'd like to taste that beer, but nobody brought me any. So.
Oh, you hear that, Sully?
Her legs are broken.
You're a tall boy.
I shouldn't have to walk out there.
Wow.
All right, a quick break. Just a couple minutes here. When we come back, more with Sean O'Sullivan and Dave Wilson from the 21st Amendment. Plus, we're going to play Beer or Not Beer. I think we'll take some callers for that. 888-401-BEER. We'll give you a prize. Hang in there. It's The Session. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Brewcasters.
Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
Beer tasting games that train your palate, a brewery locator, and the brand new interactive beer style guide. These are just a few of the awesome things you'll find on craftbeer.com. The style guide is a beautiful example of technology in beer. Browse beer style families or turn on the automatic beer style finder and explore beer through color, bitterness, ABV, aroma, and flavor. It's really the coolest way to explore every beer style besides having them all in front of you. Go to craftbeer.com craftbeer.com and click on Beer Styles to start the guide. Plus, enjoy the rest of craftbeer.com, the Brewers Banter blogs, beer education, how to host a beer tasting, and the invaluable Draft Quality Manual. Tons of great content that makes your beer better. Visit the new craftbeer.com right now and explore the website that brings you all the passion, camaraderie, and creativity of the craft beer community. Craftbeer.com, celebrating the best of American beer.
Are you looking for a simple brewing system that's great for all grain brewing, but everything on the market seems to be full of compromises? Blickman Engineering has the answer. The Blickman Brew Easy All Grain Brewing System. The Brew Easy is a complete system with easy upgrades and a beautiful compact design, perfect for any size brewing location. At its core, the Brew Easy is built on 2 gorgeous Blickman Boilermaker brew kettles, a high-temperature March pump, and either a top-tier gas burner or the new Boil Coil electric heater. The Brew Easy adapter lid allows the pots to stack on top of each other, forming an efficient, strong, and compact brewing setup that comes in 5, 10, and 20-gallon batch sizes. Upgrade your Brew Easy system with full automated control by adding a Blickman Tower of Power temp controller, and make moving around easy with the Blickman Kettle Cart. The Brew Easy is modular. If you already own a Boilermaker kettle, you can build your Brew Easy by purchasing just the modules you need. The new Brew Easy all-grain brewing system. See it today at BlickmanEngineering.com and brew with Blickman quality on your new Brew Easy.
Williams Brewing is your online resource for prompt delivery of quality home brewing supplies. Since 1979, Williams Brewing has offered the finest equipment and the freshest ingredients, backed by the best customer service in the business. Do you like to mash using efficient fly sparging, but would like an easy way to heat your strike and sparge water? Enter the new Brewer's Edge electric mash water heater, a plug-in, anywhere, precisely controlled heater for strike and sparge water. Ditch the fumes and second burner and make mashing easy. Go to williamsbrewing.com today and browse their vast selection. That's williamsbrewing.com. Orders placed by 4 p.m. Pacific Time weekdays ship the same day. Brewing is easy the Williams way.
Hey, my brewing brothers and sisters. This is Jamel Zainashev, and I want to tell you about Heretic Evil Twin. You might be familiar with my homebrew recipe, which uses massive late hopping to create a balance between the malty sweet and the hoppy bitter, along with an outrageous malt and hop character. I wanted a beer with the same bold hop and malt character, so we played around with the homebrew recipe until we were able to make a great commercial version too. We've created a beer rich in malt character, full of caramel, toast, biscuit, and an ever so subtle roast note. On top of that, we piled in an insane amount of Citra and Columbus hops at the end of the boil, as well as in dry hopping. This damn-the-cost approach to hopping gives Heretic's Evil Twin a great blast of citrus and tropical fruit that can't be matched by any other hop. The result is a bold, malty, hoppy, but easy-drinking beer. This is our top seller, our flagship beer, and I couldn't be prouder of it. Cheers.
To find Heretic beers near you, click on Find Some at hereticbrewing.com.
Segmented, demented, fermented. It's the session.
Ah, yes. Welcome back to the program. Thanks for hanging out with us. 888-401-BEER if you want to play our game, Beer or Not Beer. We're hanging out now with Sully and Mr. President from the 21st Amendment.
Sully, stop doing that. It might be a live camera. Stop it. Don't touch it.
No, I just kind of angle it down so people can see the can. I'm just trying to do product placement here.
Toaster pastry.
Hi there.
Great beer. Find it on a shelf near you soon, or here at the Hop Grenade maybe this weekend.
The Hop Grenade.
The Hop Grenade.
We'll see.
We're going to go down to the anniversary party.
Are you going to come?
It's Wednesday from noon to
in the morning
to 12 noon to 12:30.
Yes.
Next
year. Are you going to be here this weekend? Aren't you going to?
I'm not leaving till Tuesday. They're all going early. I can't do the desert that long anymore.
Yeah.
I'll die. I'm at the top of the list now. You know.
Can somebody fix Sully's camera?
You were born
please?
in the desert.
What do you need? Like up or down or?
It was basically pointing at his chest, so that's much better.
That's where he wanted. 2-1-A and the toaster. I think he had it right.
I'm a single man. Come on. I need a little, kind of get it going here.
Are you single now? What's happening?
No, I am. I actually am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the gal I was seeing, she moved to Southern California.
Okay.
It was on she was paid to leave, apparently. No.
What was she? 22, 23?
No, she was actually, she was 47 years old. She was age appropriate. Thank you very much. Hey, well, let's turn it around here. I mean, what about you doing, Kate? You've been going out with that girl for a long time. You're going to make
here we go. We own a house together. We're in it to win it. It's fine.
That's your line. That's the stock line. Hashtag we're in it to win it. Is that what it is?
Like what else is there? Everyone with this marriage and the things and the papers and the divorce. It's a mess.
You've clearly,
So that's my wife. That's my wife right out there, by the way.
Oh, how long have you been married, Dave?
22 years.
How long have you been happily married?
My wife is right outside that window.
No, look, I don't have anything against marriage for other people. I think it's a good idea for other people.
I'll talk them down.
And look, I mean, JP's...
Don't talk to Doc about it.
JP's doing it, so...
You should do it.
Aren't you officiating JP's wedding?
I am, actually.
Have you written the things yet?
I've been working on it. Actually, we're going to get together this week. Okay. I'm excited about it.
You've done it before.
I've done this a couple other times before, and yeah.
I officiated my first one a couple weeks ago.
I saw
Schumann's little brother.
Schumann's brother.
I'm going to tell you right. Schumann's little brother.
Shoe Light.
He got married?
Got married.
Sorry. I mean, last time I saw that guy, it was like,
he was probably stripping.
His clothes were off.
Got married. Great lady. I'm telling you, I don't think I've ever been so nervous in my life as doing that. It's like somebody's moment. It's their thing.
But how did you do it? So I
did it awesomely. It was.
Yeah, I heard it was really good. I wasn't invited, but I heard it was really good. But how long was it?
Pretty short.
Yeah, so it's about 5 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, I think we went 8 minutes.
I read from something because I want to make sure
I do that.
Well, you got to do that because and you're holding a book in your hand and it's very official looking.
I did that. I had a book, but I put it down the table. I held a microphone. I did it like I do.
When you're doing your rap thing.
I do that.
You were like 18.
When you were done, you dropped it.
You were kiss the bride.
I spent the entire day in my room pacing and writing and sweating.
Yeah, we didn't see him all.
No, the way I work it,
nervous.
the way I do it, and
like
JP is that I take a lot of time with it. I actually write and hone this. My first one that I did was with Roger and Claudia way back in 2006, and then I did Zambo and his wife Nicole at the pub, and then our old.
Awkward?
What's that?
Nothing.
No, it wasn't awkward. Oh, I get it. It was a funny joke. And then our old chef. I actually was the officiant at their wedding as well, and I actually have a lot of fun with it. My goal with it, JP, is to make people cry and laugh. That really is.
Okay.
And I spent a lot of time with the couple beforehand, which will happen.
Yeah,
and,
sure. I'm sure
someday. That sounds
good. No, we've met once.
Not sure that's part of the deal.
But no, I'm really, and I was very honored that they asked me. It was actually really touching the way it all came about, and it's the moment's it's not lost on me at all. I mean, I care.
You
a lot
mean like
about,
JP texted you one night and said?
No, he called me up. They actually, it was really touching. They both called me up, and we all talked together on the phone.
It was a rare time that he was allowed to answer the phone. Like he was in country, he answered the phone.
In country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm really honored, honestly, to be part of this. I think it's going to be a great wedding. It's going to be, it's going to be up in the Sierra foothills, and I think we're going to have a great time.
I will probably cry. I have to stand up there with this asshole, and with you doing it, and especially now that you say it's part of your goal, I will probably stand there and cry.
I'll get teary-eyed.
No. It's not really the goal, but it's just like, I mean, when you are close to somebody, and you kind of, it comes from the heart. I'm sure you had that experience with Shoe Light, or maybe not. I don't know.
When him and Kate leased their car, he had that moment.
Yes,
because that's all that matters.
Co-signing.
Yeah, because we signed that paper together. We're both on the hook for it. She scratched it the other day. I'm really fucking pissed off about this. That's marriage, right?
No. Yeah. See, but you can't throw the divorce in her face now.
No,
that's the key.
Being able to throw divorce in the face. Dave, is that the key?
Yeah.
That is not the key.
My wife is right outside that window.
Right. Well, and what's he going to do? Move out of Kate's house?
Beardy.
Shut the fuck up, Beardy. Beardy makes a strong point. All right, why don't we do this? Let's do the game because we got some people waiting, and then we've got to announce the final round of our Brewcaster Challenge. We're bringing that. We're dusting off the books on that old thing. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play.
I was supposed to ask one question. I had a couple of people that reached out to me.
Okay.
And I just want, and since I have you both in the room right now.
This is going to be about lunch meat, isn't it?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on with lunch meat?
All right. Well, you missed the beginning of today's show.
Yeah.
I have announced today that
Official announcement.
The official announcement is now. For $10,000, I will do 5 episodes of Lunch Meat. So we're going to put up a Kickstarter campaign.
All right, Dave, let's just write this check right now.
There's already $1,000 pledged.
We do already have from a sponsor, from 2 sponsors. I think we've got
from one. That's from
one sponsor. Okay,
and then I'm working on another sponsor to maybe.
So between sponsors and listeners, for $10K, I'll do 5 episodes.
We're in.
So you guys, Sully's in.
I'll tell you what.
All right, talk to Sully after the show, JP.
If you want to sit in on the show, that's an extra 20. Or 5.
20,000?
20,000?
I don't know why I said
the price is going up.
An extra 5. So what do you mean? Like if Nico wants to sit in on the show,
$5,000.
Nico just don't want
for
to sit
$5,000.
I think so, right? Or
Sure.
an extra $2,000.
Yeah, we got 5 seats in here, man.
No one wants to see
5.
how their lunch meat's made. They just want to hear it.
I actually don't. I think you have to go back to the old days. Like,
of not
I don't think
making
any. Nobody can be in the studio.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't like it when people in the studio.
Because otherwise you're gonna sort of vibe off them, and they're gonna want to do something. I mean,
the last time we did it in here, we had people in the studio, and I had to stare at JP's stupid face the whole time because I don't like having them there. So I'm focused on my JP.
$2,000, I would be comfortable with that.
5.
Thank you very much. $5,000.
Then yes.
That's all.
Then I'll just stare at you the whole time.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Do I have to be here for that show?
Yes.
No, you can't be here.
There's no chat.
No chat? Oh, okay.
No.
I got a long,
chat.
And we won't be doing
I got a
live
long
stream?
lunch once, and I drove all the way down to Martinez and did the show because I had to go back to work, so there was no beer involved.
That's right. I could do we do the chat, but we wouldn't have a video.
No video
record of it.
No, it's a great show.
Thank you.
I mean, it's like you guys rolled out of bed and decided like, hey, let's do this today.
Jay rolled out of bed.
Yeah.
Quite often it'd be like 11:50. I'm like, hey, wake up!
Actually rolled out of bed.
Yeah, literally.
If I was smart, I would have just gotten longer microphone cables and just stayed in bed.
Yeah, I'd be like John Lennon, and I'll be your Yoko to John
Plus,
Lennon.
there's a little boy out there that's really wants you to do this, and
really,
he's probably not doing very well. And it's a little bit of emotional plea. Can you play the sad music while I do this, please?
Yeah,
like play Adele or something. I don't know what the fuck. And that little boy, as Blobber. I mean, he's in a mine right now at the bottom of the earth.
He is,
and we got to help that little fella out.
Well,
he's
$10,000.
He's our Benjamin Buttons.
It's so sad music.
That's dramatic.
That's dramatic. Blobber, I'm doing the best I can.
All right, we're going to play Beer or Not Beer, and I think what we're going to do is we'll get our callers on. If you remember the way we did it last time, we'll just take them one by one, and you've got to get 3 in a row correct. Sully, the name of the game is that we will give you the name of a beer, and we're guessing whether it's an actual beer or we made it up. So what we'll do is we'll let the caller decide first, because we don't want to influence their decision.
Okay.
Then we'll go around the room and see what we think, and we'll keep score that way, too. Scott, please keep score of the people in the room. And let's do it. Let's go to our first caller. We've got Johnny. Johnny from West Virginia is on the line with us. Johnny, what's happening?
Drinking beer.
Attaboy. All right. So the name of the game is Beer or Not Beer. You've got to get 3 in a row correct, and then you win all the prizes, which I think is a motorhome and a...
It's a poem from Sam.
It's a poem from Sam.
The breaks need work, though.
Do you remember that, JP?
No.
So Bevo reminded me of this, and I listened to it last night. We did a show once where the prize was a poem from Sam.
Really? And I don't know if that sounds familiar, if I'm making that up, but
the poem was everything you dreamed it would be. It was Bevo played for me last night, and I was like, we are talented people.
Oh, my God.
It was the best bit I've ever heard. It was fucking great. And yeah, we'll have to, let's revive it next week, Beaver. Give it to Moscow so you can play it for us. The poem was incredible.
Jesus.
All right, Johnny, so we're going to let you guess first, and you'll have to stick to that, and then we're going to go around the room. Yeah. What is the first beer name?
Orange is the new black IPA.
Okay. Named after the show. Great show. Lots of lesbians.
Beer.
You're saying it's a beer, Johnny
says beer.
All right, Johnny says beer. Sully, what do you think?
I know Marin Brewing Company. Am I supposed to answer? Because I'm
just answer.
I know Marin Brewing Company makes a beer called Orange and Black.
Okay,
but I don't think it is a beer.
Yeah,
I say no.
I don't think it's a beer either. Dave, what do you think?
I'm going to say no. Too obvious.
Too obvious. Copyright issues, maybe.
Yes.
Doc?
No beer.
No beer. Beardy?
I think trademark issues. It's not a beer.
And Jip?
I don't think it's a beer, no.
All right.
Wow.
Everybody says no beer except for Johnny. Johnny said it's a beer.
He's the only one who's right. It is beer. It's from Twisted Pine in Boulder, Colorado.
No kidding.
Wow.
They're about to get sued.
No trademark issues with taproom.
Yeah, it's all taproom.
That's a good point. Good point. All right, so you got one right. What's next?
Peter Cotton Ale Saison.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Oh, that's different.
What do you think, Johnny?
Just, like if somebody actually did that, they deserve to be shot.
Wow, that's hardcore.
Sully?
I don't think they should be shot, but I say no as well.
I think it's a beer, and because people do this, there are people who think these things are cool, and so they're sitting around one night, and I don't know who it was, their cousin or someone was like, "What about Johnny Cottondale?" And then they named it the beer. So I think it's a beer. Doc,
I think it's a beer too. The only thing that throws me a little bit is because it's a saison. It's too cute to be. It should be a run of the mill beer.
Oh, that's a good point.
And then you throw in saison, which.
Oh,
a lot of people, unless you're a beer geek, you don't know what
For
that
sure,
is.
those two things don't match.
They don't
I
mesh.
agree.
They
No,
don't mesh
at all.
Oh, damn it. That's a good point. Dave, what do you think?
Well, because they don't match, they match. So I'm saying it's a beer.
I'm going beer.
Oh, you're going to call it, even with that argument, you're going to call it a beer. Beardy?
Beer.
All right.
Not beer.
It's not beer.
Well, good. I've never been so glad to be wrong because that would suck.
Johnny's looking for the win already.
All right. Third one in a row. Let's see how you do.
Bang the Gong, Belgian Dark Strong.
Beer.
Johnny says beer. He says it with confidence, too.
I think he was choking.
Does it sound familiar because I know it's a beer or because
Bang the Gong?
Because it's Bang the Gong. Oh, yeah.
Thinking of the T-Rex song, maybe?
Yeah. How many does he have to answer?
3 in a row.
If he gets this one right,
he's the winner.
Which he says it is a beer.
I'm going for fourths of the toasty pastry.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you, Scott.
JP, what do you think? Bang the Gong.
What style?
Belgian Dark Strong.
It rhymes.
And you should bang the gong before you leave and get married.
I say beer.
Sully?
I have to recuse myself. This is our beer. This is our beer.
It's a 21st Amendment beer.
I say that's beer.
All right. Dave?
I'm going beer.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's a beer.
Yeah.
Doc?
No beer.
Okay. Beardy?
Using Doc's logic from last round, do they have gongs in Belgium?
That was Doc's logic?
Well, because he's like Saison and Peter Cottontail, they'll go together. What does a gong have to do with the Belgian Dark Strong? Other than it rhymes.
Huh. I like the logic.
That in and of itself is exactly what it has to do.
So you're saying no.
Well, because I said yes because it didn't make sense last time, so I'm going to say no this time.
He forgot already in the interim.
Or yes again, sorry.
He's an idiot.
Yes, beer?
Yes or no?
Yes, beer. I just zoned out.
So what is his answer?
Yes, beer.
Okay. He's not even on this planet anymore.
I think it is a beer made by an American brewery, which, excludes your logic about Belgians. So.
American brewery from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Let's try to call our shot for the sick kid who's
because they don't know that there's no gongs in Belgium.
Right.
And Johnny said yes.
Yeah,
so
it's a win if it's a beer, but it is not.
Oh, not a beer. Johnny, you were so close, but I'm going to put you on hold. If everybody else fails, we can come back to you, dude.
Okay.
All right, hang in there.
So what do I win for missing all of them?
Yeah, you're like me, Dave.
Doc has one right, and otherwise everyone's been wrong every time.
All right, let's go to...
No, I was right. The second.
I was right.
The second one.
You guys got one right?
Yeah, they did.
Not according to here.
Okay. It was beer or wasn't
I'll
beer?
take your word for
Well,
it.
that doesn't make it true, Doc.
Let's go to Bad Apple from Fort Wing, Indiana. Bad Apple.
I've been there before.
What's happening?
I love that rapper.
Hey, how's it going?
Going well. You know the name of the game?
Yeah, I think the name of the game is I'm Drinking Toaster Pastry.
Exactly.
Winner.
Good call.
I like this man.
All right, you got to get 3 in a row correct. What's the first one, Moscow?
Hoppy ending, pale ale.
What do you think, Bad Apple?
That sounds legitimately legitimate.
So, yes. Jip?
Yes.
What was it again?
Hoppy ending, pale ale.
Sure. Why not? I mean, fuck it.
Because the hops are just popping.
Yeah, that's definitely beer.
This one's tough, huh, Sully?
I think it's a beer.
Yeah?
It sounds like a Jeff Bagby beer that he would win a medal at and get up on the stage with funny pants at GBF and he'd be like,
ending for life!
gold medal goes to Hoppy Ending.
Yeah. Dave?
This has got to be a beer.
Right, it's too good not to be.
Yeah. And if it's not, we're taking it.
It will be tomorrow.
Call the lawyers.
Doc?
Well, as you said, it can be a pub beer.
Yeah. Yep.
It doesn't have to be a label as cool as Toaster Pasty.
Right. Toaster Pasty.
Pasty.
Well, that's the Burning Man version of the 218 beer. I'm bringing a keg out with us next
You're right.
week.
It's too good to not be a beer, so it's a beer.
Okay. Beardy?
It's a beer.
Huh.
Winner?
Yeah, it's a beer.
It is beer. Yep, that's from Firehouse Grill and Brewery. It's here in the Bay Area.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
All right, you got one down, Bad Apple. What's next?
Sheep Shaggers English Pale Ale.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's real.
Huh.
Yep, 100%. 100%
Shouldn't that be a
real.
Scotch?
Oh, you know it, huh, Bad?
It's going to be a Scotch ale.
I was just going to say that.
All right.
Bad. He knows it?
He knows. He said that's a beer.
Oh, well, then it's a beer.
Well,
I agree with him.
you actually know the beer.
Yeah, I've had the beer 2 or 3 times, yeah.
Well, there you go. I
You are
agree with it.
disqualified.
All right. So, no, that's fine. So is everyone a yes? Does everyone say no, it's not a beer?
Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
I say it's not a beer.
It's not, he still says no.
I think this guy is out.
He doesn't know
not
anything.
rocker. He's been drinking something.
Yeah. Sully says Bad Apple's a dumbass.
Well, I jumped on that one too quick, and I was thinking I was going to get kicked out of here because I'm like, I'm not supposed to answer that quick. Sorry about that, guys.
That's no problem. So you also know the beer?
I do not, but I mean, again, how could that not be the name of a beer?
Yeah, yeah. All right, then Doc, you saying yes?
The listener said yes. He's had the beer. I'm going with that.
All right, Beardy?
I trust him.
I trust him too.
You're right to trust him. It's beer. It's from the Carrignarm Brewery in the UK, and I think the tagline is the best beer bar none.
Oh, God.
Oh.
All right.
Love that.
You only got to get one more right, Bad Apple.
Hops what she Hops what she said IPA.
No.
Another one.
You say no, huh?
Unless it's your homebrew.
Yeah. No, it's got to be commercial.
No homebrew.
Sully?
What was the question?
Hops what she said.
Oh, yeah, that's a beer.
Jeffy?
Yeah, sure. Plug it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dave?
I'm going no.
Yeah, it's too good. I don't think anyone's come up with it yet. Doc?
You just call it good?
Yeah, it's a beer.
Yeah.
Doc says yes.
I don't think it's that good, and I don't think it's a beer.
I think it's the opposite of good.
I don't think it's beer. I do like it. Hops what she said. And what did Bad Apple say, that it was or was not? Bad?
No.
He said it's not a beer.
For the win, not a beer.
Not a beer. We have a winner.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
All right. Bad Apple, send an email to bevo@thebrewingnetwork.com. She's going to send you something.
Was I right?
I can do that. Thank you very much.
No.
Welcome back, Sean.
Sully,
Back
yeah,
there.
no.
It's after, remember, Sully's a senior. So
I was trying to take
yeah.
a selfie.
All right, congratulations on your win. Thanks, everybody, for playing along. What a great game of beer or not beer. Beer or not beer is brought to you today by Toaster Pastry, the new beer from 21st Amendment. You can
Toasty
find it.
Pastor.
Toasty Pastor. That'll be the winter version.
Isn't that Terrence the Black?
What?
Toasty Pastor.
Toasty. Oh, he is a that's.
I think it's burnt pastor.
Toasted pastor.
All right. That's
Hey, by the way, our pumpkin beer is not coming out until September. I just want to let you know. Okay?
Officially?
So stop with a pumpkin beer thing.
Now, will you release an Oktoberfest in September like it should be done?
We release that in June, actually.
Yeah, we really do it like it's supposed to be done. All right, we need to wrap up our Brewcaster challenge. And
remember that?
So this happened about a year ago. And what we did was we got down to the finals where we have a winners round and a losers round. So where are we at, Moscow? Who's in the losers round?
So that'll be JP versus myself. Let's just recap real quick. It was you versus JP in the first round with a hoppy red ale. JP won that.
Yeah.
Nate versus Tasty with a wit beer. Tasty won that. I beat Jamil in the Black IPA challenge, and Doc beat Plise with a Roggen beer.
Okay.
Right, and then we did me versus Doc. Double IPA. Doc beat me, shockingly. JP versus Tasty, a Rausch beer. Tasty won that.
I still call bullshit on that.
And then you and Nate in the consolation round did a Schwartz beer, and Nate beat you.
Huh. Weird.
So that makes, me versus Chip for the loser bracket, and Tasty versus Doc for the championship.
Okay. So what we did was to change it up a little bit. And the last time we did the Brewcaster Challenge, we weren't even in this building. And now we've got some new team members around the Hop Grenade. So I made the executive decision to allow the Hop Grenade staff to choose the beers that you are going to brew in the final rounds of the Brewcaster Challenge. So they all voted. And where did we land for the losers bracket between JP and yourself, Moscow?
Jipper, it's going to be American barley wine.
That's not going to be ready for like 2 months. You guys realize that, right?
Right.
Is anybody else surprised
Yeah.
that the first thing out of JP's mouth is a complaint?
No, I'm serious. Like it's not going to be ready for 2 months minimum, if not longer than that.
It works because we got time on this. We're off for the next 2 weeks. Then we've got GABF. Then we've got another conference. So there's plenty of time.
Okay.
And by the way, it's been a year already.
Well,
so what's another 2 months?
The only reason I bring it up is because usually that was a precursor.
We'll try to get it done fast.
Yeah, that was why we didn't do a lot of styles, is because of a time thing. So I don't know, you guys. We don't have meetings, so how the fuck am I supposed to?
Oh, whoa!
Oh, wow!
Now you know. American barley wine.
Fine.
Is the? Are you worried about it?
No. Do you guys understand the style? Unlike the Rauch beer, that nobody understands the style. And I
so
lost.
angry about your losers bracket.
It's fine.
I wouldn't age your barley wine in your closet for a year. Just a beginner's tip.
Is
for
that
you.
bad?
I'll need my conical back.
Done.
So American barley wine. Now. There was some discussion about whether or not you will use the Pico brew for the competition, which, of course, is not part of the rules that you can't.
Yeah.
However, the system is so good that I sort of feel like you're stacking the deck in your favor if you use it.
I agree. I think I should. However, I can't with an American barley wine because the thing it has a limitation. It holds 9 pounds of grain.
That's why you're so angry about
You'd
it.
make a pint.
He said he can't use the Pico brew.
Why don't you add extract?
Oh, please! There's no way that Moscow's stovetop is going to beat my B3 1500. There's no way.
Yeah,
Is that
it's not
okay?
fair if you take it out.
There's no way. So either way, I would like to use the Pico because then I can actually do shit during the day. But now I actually have to be attentive in my brewing and like worry about boilovers and all that kind of shit that nobody likes to do in the first place.
Can't you do like a 1 gallon batch and put in enough grain?
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe.
We're not going to want to drink it anyway, so I might still make 1 gallon.
Just make sure to get all the PBW out of your coil before you.
That's true.
Knock out.
I should do that.
I think you should find a way to use the Pico brew.
Give it a shot.
It would sort of be a challenge to try to do a high gravity beer like that.
I'll come help you
in the Pico. Sully's offering his
help. I'm going to help.
Great. Yeah, I'm in. I mean, I'm sure I can work around. I'll just talk to Annie. And or actually, what I should do is go on the Pico Brew forums. I'll do that right now because there's a lot of people in the community, I'm sure, who've already done that.
Moscow, doesn't your dad have a Pico Brew that you could borrow?
Well, he does have one, but it's 900 miles away.
Go visit him and do a dual Pico Brew competition.
Yeah.
See your family.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, Pico Brew versus Pico Brew.
Oh, Pico Brew for the loser bracket challenge.
I'd be into that.
I like that idea.
Okay,
that's 2-1A approved.
Talk about a brew crutch.
Well, hey, there goes my stovetop.
Yeah, that's right. Wow, is the playing field even if you're both on a Pico Brew, Jip?
It's more evener.
More evener?
Yeah.
There's still the whole fermentation thing, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, true. You know what you're doing, man. You can do it.
I do. I think I can. I think.
What do you mean he can do it?
You beat Jamil. Well, yes, he's the underdog.
Wasn't Jamil not allowed to use water or something? Like, didn't you give him some?
I don't even think he boiled his beer.
He couldn't boil. Yeah,
he couldn't boil.
But that wasn't even his undoing. His undoing was throwing in a bunch of old hops he had sitting around,
and then just setting it in the corner of the brewery in a carboy.
It fermented under one of our conicals at Heretic.
he threw the
like it needed shade or something.
Right.
All right,
Sean. Do these guys encourage each other like this all the time?
Yeah, it's not very loving here. I'm sensing some tension.
I'm telling you, we don't even like each other.
This is
at
why
all.
we don't have meetings.
We're on the air for the 3 hours, and then that's that. It's like you used to be, Sully.
I got some shrapnel. I came in and, did you do anything, Sully? He was like, fuck you. Yeah, I did. Run a goddamn company. Pull the sponsorship, Dave.
When the show's over, we all go to our separate trailers.
Actually, that's funny because we do the same thing.
All right, now the winners bracket market is Doc and Tasty, the beer that everybody's been waiting for. And same thing, we let the Hop Grenade staff decide on the beer that you two...
What did you cut them out from?
So there were a few things we decided that they shouldn't choose. So lagers.
This is a broad field.
But it's kind of your wheelhouse, and we didn't want you to be able to out-lager Tasty.
Okay.
Also IPAs, because we didn't want Tasty to out-hop you, right?
Yeah.
So we're just trying to level the field a little bit. Other than that, we pretty much left it wide open. So what did we end up deciding upon?
Spice herb vegetable beer.
Yes!
Wow.
Spice herb vegetable beer.
That sounds...
Which is pretty wide open. You guys get to stretch your creative balls, I don't know, whatever.
I think I got a gold medal in the Nationals with one of those.
This year?
No.
Oh,
in the past.
In the past?
Back in the 40s.
I got several in the second round. So.
Okay. Now, we had tossed around the idea previously of a gruit.
Yeah, I know, because nobody knows what's good.
And somebody from the Hop Grenade voted Gruit as well. But Doc did make a good point. He had heard the rumor, and he was like, the problem with a Gruit is, who the hell knows what a good one is? Like, how are we going to vote for the good one?
There's commercial. But
they're
none of them are good.
They're all bad.
Who judges these?
We do.
So it's just about harmony. It's about harmonious, the elegance of those beers and how the flavors interact with each other.
God damn it,
Turn
Sully.
his microphone off.
Sully, what goes into
Go back to Berkeley, Mr. Harmony.
Sully, what goes into your Gruit?
I would put in sweet Gale, rosemary,
thyme.
Who are they? Yarrow,
lavender, coriander.
Right. So who knows what a good one is? That sounds terrible.
Well, but the idea is that. So I mean, look, you're going to get some bitterness from those ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that you don't want something that's screaming like, "Hey, I'm a rosemary beer," but you want those elements in there.
Yeah.
So that's how you would judge that beer. I think that you would just how everything interplays with each other.
Okay.
I won't say the harmony word, but yeah, in a harmonious way. Yeah. But I'm walking into that joke wall right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean...
Do you have a midnight yoga class to go to after the show?
I do. I'm having my shaka training. I'm doing my Kegels right now. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Right? But no, I think that's a great idea. It's a great challenge.
Okay.
So
well, too late. We already let them vote on the spice herb vegetable.
Then why are we talking about that?
Frankly,
I don't know.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. You can add hops to a spice beer.
One more thing.
Yeah,
but it's all about...
It's about harmony. You want to see? You're afraid to say the word. I love it. The man that is fucking going to Burning Man can't say harmony.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be so out there. Like
he was thinking.
Do you know what street I live on now?
Harmony Lane.
Harmony Lane.
He does live on Harmony Lane.
Okay.
All right, so that's your challenge, you and Tasty, and that will give us our winners round of the first ever Brewcaster Challenge. Finally,
when does it do?
I don't know. We're going to give you a timeline afterward because we do understand there's a couple of problems. One is that Doc doesn't currently have a brew house since moving. Plus, there's the Burning Man situation and the GABF. So we know that there's a bit of a delay. So we're going to talk about that off air. And when we come back, we're back on air in 2 weeks. Then maybe we'll have a good timeline.
How much time are you taking off?
Back by then.
Just 2 weeks.
Okay, because I'm a sponsor. I want to make sure that this machine is working here.
You still get your 3. You are owed 3 shows per month. Okay, and you still get those.
I'm gonna have to talk about that.
There might be a lunch meet in there somewhere.
That's right.
Actually, there will be a lunch meet.
No question.
That check cashes. God damn it.
Sully,
you need to cut a new spot. Your spot still is like, you can find our beer in Canada and parts of Alaska, or whatever it says. Wow.
Can I just go to Dave now
You
for
can find it on
commercials?
Shattuck Avenue in Berkeley, California.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously, can I just go to the president now for commercials?
Let's just do this. Yeah, but the funny thing is, I think it's kind of cool that have you run it today at all?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It runs every show.
I know we have people that listen. I kind of like that it's the old one in some ways, but we should do something new.
Well, the old one, there's a couple of ones.
Are you running the push?
I'm running the Andy Wood old one now.
Okay, but the push one, which is the Monk's Blood one, do you do that? And is that the?
Oh no, I haven't played that one in a while.
Let's play a couple of them right now.
By the way,
Andy Wood one.
Make more Monk's Blood, please.
We did actually. We made it earlier.
I haven't
this year.
seen it.
This is the one that's playing right now most of the time.
That's the Andy Wood one.
Yeah.
Watch out! Do you
That's a great
like
one.
beer? They make beer. Watch out! Do you like friends and fun? They make friends and fun. Watch out! Do you still like
I love
to have a good time?
I have to tell you that I have, your listeners will come up to me and they will recite this.
Watch out!
Verbatim. Andy, I love that man. I mean, he's made something amazing. But don't you have one that Push did that's kind of a... It's actually a mix-up, mash-up, or whatever with I'm trying to be hip right now.
Techno
the techno one where Nico and I are like, that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
So yes, I do. I do not have it loaded up into the automation, but yes,
I'm not trying to take the time right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I am, but
I don't think I do. Do I?
Do you remember what that the Andy Wood commercial was made for?
2NA something 2010.
It was made for the Sully JP.
I'm searching it right now, and it's not coming. You're saying that's that
January
one?
2010. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh.
Yep. Nico, listen, our lawyers said that we had to do this for 1 hour. We don't have to talk to each other for 3 more months to the next meeting.
Kids. Come on, let's get out of here.
I'm supposed to have more lines.
Do you know where you recorded this voiceover?
It's Sully. Garage. Wait, I didn't hear it. You stepped over it. 21st Can you back it up again? 63 2nd Street in San Francisco. Just 3 more months to the next meeting.
Kids. Come on, let's get out of here.
I'm supposed to have more lines. I'm the professional. Hey, it's Sully.
And I'm Nico.
And we opened the 21st Amendment 10 years ago at 563 2nd Street in San Francisco.
15 years
Just 2
ago.
blocks from Giants Park. Make great beer and have a great time doing it.
That's right, because to us, the 21st Amendment is more than just the right to make beer. It's the right to experiment, to be innovative, and just do things differently.
You know what's funny about
putting
this
our craft
is that Nico was a theater major at Northwestern. So he was an actor in Los Angeles, trying to make it happen. And when we cut that, it was at CBS. It was
at CBS, that's right.
That's right, down there in San Francisco. And I was giving him, direction, because he was, just reading it straight. He's like, you have to end it on an up note, because he was just like...
And you're like, no, conversation.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing here.
Oh, and Nico is still very upset about that. He brings it out every
He just brought it up the other day.
He's like, so I'm the theater manager and finish on an up note.
You have to
the beers are wonderful.
Drop it off. You got to go up.
Wow.
Yeah. My name is Sean O'Sullivan. And he's like, I'm Nico Freicha.
I'm Nico.
I got a question for Dave. Dave,
yes.
do you ever get to pull I'm the President card?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, there you go.
We love it when that happens.
Did you do it on up note?
You know what?
I'm the president.
I'm the president.
You know what? All right, you tell me. I'm the president.
No,
I'm the president.
No, yeah, you're right.
Which one?
Don't follow the Nico way, the drama kid way.
No, the first one, I'm the president, sounds like a dictator.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound very
It's
good.
a benevolent
either.
dictatorship.
Yeah. It's hard to follow that. I'm a president.
I'm a president.
Yeah.
All right.
We do need to cut a new one. We should cut a new one. That would be...
Can I just point out one thing? So the consumption rate on this side of the table seems quite a bit different than that side of the table. What is that all about?
Do you think you're saying you're drinking more?
I don't know. There's a lot more...
He doesn't know what he's saying.
Cans and glasses on this side of the table.
It's true. You guys
Justin,
are hardcore.
You didn't get any sleep last night.
I did not get any sleep last night. And I didn't expect to drink this much, but whatever. I'm in it now. There are 4 cans that are open on this table. Are they all empty?
Yeah.
Wow.
A little bit right here.
Almost.
Here, let me pour you a beer.
Let me have. Thanks.
Right,
I do need a little bit more.
There you go.
All right. So the 21st Amendment grand opening party is coming up this weekend. It's on Sunday from 12 to 10 down in San Leandro. Take BART. It's not that far away, and everybody's welcome.
Yeah, come on down.
Okay, cool. Face painting, clowns, donkeys. It's going to be a good time.
There'll be a lot of donkeys.
The president will be there.
My Little Pony. We'll have My Little Pony. We'll have My Little Pony and a president. You can bring your barbecue grill if you want to light it up there and have fun.
I will. I'm going to do it right on a table.
Should you
if the president lets me.
give one of those out to the first 50 people?
Yeah.
That costs too much money.
One tabletop charcoal
It's
grill.
$2.
That thing costs at least $2.
It's $2.
All right, don't forget, if you need to buy adult products, you can go over to adamandeve.com right now and use coupon code BNARMY. You don't have to go down to that creepy store on the corner and stand next to other people that are creepier than you are. Just go to adamandeve.com right now, and for probably not a limited time unless they drop us, use coupon code BNARMY, and you get free shipping. You get 50% off just about any one item. You get 10 free DVDs. You get a gift for her. You get a gift for him. You get a gift for you both. And
get a gift for the president?
You get a gift for the president. Coupon code BNARMY. It's a real thing. Don't go out to that creep.
What was
store.
it again? The code?
BN Army.
Okay.
BN Burnham Army.
Yeah, use it. It's good stuff. It's a good deal.
I'm single now. I need that stuff.
Yeah, stock up on your.
They sell,
I'm gonna
they
go check it
sell
out when I get
condoms. A lot of them.
Okay.
You don't have like a lady. You don't have like a thing in every place you go now. Like you go to a lot of places regularly. You don't have.
No,
like
I don't.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
On an up note.
No, I
do not.
I have an amazing son, and I like to spend a lot of quality time with him. So
I do see you doing that. You're a good dad.
I am a great dad, actually.
I'm a good dad too.
Yeah, my shrink has been telling me for years I am a great dad. Actually, thank you.
I'm a good dad.
All right, are we about done here, everybody?
Yes.
Twitter game.
We've done all our work. Oh, the Twitter game. That's right. Jip, what was our Twitter game today?
Our Twitter game was I was asking what us, the Brewing Network, would be good at a sort of competition-style like thing.
That's right.
Yes.
Not like the beer mile thing.
Not like the beer mile thing.
American
but, well,
Ninja?
like it, but better or worse. What competition would we be good at?
American Ninja.
All right. What did we get?
Well, TK says, well, of course, Boner Chicken.
Oh,
yeah.
I almost forgot about Boner Chicken.
I don't think Dave knows about Boner Chicken.
You forget about a lot of things that we do that are amazing. Sugar Valley Brewer says Homebrew Club of the Year.
Oh, we do. We are actually good at that competition.
Yeah. Dave Malone says the California Autobahn, where racers try to get old, clunky RVs over the Sierra Nevada mountains with or without brake function.
Yeah. We're good at that.
We're good at that, that's for sure.
These are all good.
Proven fact.
Old Prospector says, who can get the most half-chubs and restraining orders in one NHC weekend?
Ooh.
Challenge accepted.
Tasty.
Tasty.
All right.
Mark Bensink says, the Fred Flintstone RV Braking World Championship.
Okay. I get it.
I'll erase that one then. Austin says, who cares? Eventually you would win too much and quit.
Oh. Like we're about to do with the Homebrew Club of the Year. Correct.
John Boris writes Grab Ass World Champions 2015.
Yeah, we're good at
that. Keith Allen says members of the BN would be sword fighting champs in the California Penile League.
Shut up,
Bevo wrote that one. Bevo's the penis.
Actually,
every time she's like, "There was a penis joke."
Well, yes.
She lives with Sam.
I just immediately my brain went to you guys just all sword fighting each other.
Like actual sword?
No.
Oh, penis. Right.
Wow.
I just thought she didn't get it.
Can I use my microphone?
Yeah.
Jeff,
Bevo's an odd one.
Jeff Suck says we'd be great at competitive talking over each other.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Nico Brew says anything but best Twitter game.
All right, I like talking over each other, and who cares? As soon as you got good at it, you'd quit.
Okay.
Yep.
And I think the quit one is my favorite, but we could vote on those two. All right, raise your hand if it's as soon as you got good at it, you'd quit.
Pretty good.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then raise your hand if it's competitive talking over each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, which makes Bevo the tiebreaker. Talking over each other. All right, who's that winner, JP?
That is Jeff Suck.
All right, Jeff Suck, send an email to
Jeff
bevo@thebrewingnetwork.com. Not only did you win our Twitter game tonight, so we will send you a XXX size shirt of something that we don't need anymore, but you're also entered to win a cabin for two in the Labruski cruise coming up in March.
What's that?
Yeah, so these friends of ours are putting on this cruise that's for us beer geeks. It's a full-on cruise line in the Caribbean.
Really?
And it's one of the guys from the string cheese incident, Kyle.
Kind of like the one I go on for banjos.
And
you just said that like literally you are not into that music at all. It was like the grateful
string cheese incident. And anyhow, it's like a cruise full of beer and having fun and some beer education and some. We're going to be we're entertainers. I think is what we do there.
Right on. There you go.
And everybody who plays our Twitter game and wins is entered for a chance to win a cabin for two.
Wow. It's like Love Boat, and we're the has-been.
Sully, I think you should go. It's coming up. It's in March.
I'm totally going.
And I think you should go. It's going to be a good time.
I'm taking Dave with me.
I think you should bring Dave.
Can we just all start talking over each other right now?
Yeah.
It's really great to have you guys here.
Have you tried the toaster pastry yet? Have you had Monk's Blood today?
Cans.
That's actually the first time it's ever sounded good. I like that. That was nice.
That'll be our new commercial.
Thanks for playing the Twitter game. We are off for the next couple weeks because Doc and I are going out to Burning Man, where we hopefully will survive and live and come back and do more shows when we get back. In the meantime,
Burning Man song.
Please be safe.
Yes, it is.
In the meantime, there are other shows that you will find on air while we are gone. In fact, there's supposed to be a Brewing with Style recording tomorrow. Jamil's been sick, so it might get canceled. So pay attention to the website.
Yeah. Stay attention.
And stay attention.
I can fill in for him.
Well, in case he dies.
Also, if we reach $10,000, there will be Dark Meat this Friday night.
That's going to happen tonight.
I got to go pull audio for Push.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, get to work because
He's like, I have no time to do
Did you say you had to pull out for Dark Meat?
5 episodes, $10K. It's all I ask. All right. Thanks,
and
everybody.
I only need 7, so...
Nice.
Thanks to Galmegi Brewing Company from Korea for being on the program with us tonight. It was very nice. Stefan was a pleasure to speak to, and the beer was really nice as well. So, all right. Anything else?
Nope.
I do it all? Okay. Jip, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Sully, thanks, man. It's good to see you again.
Thank you, man. I love you.
Dave, keep up the good work running that ship.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
Mr. President?
We'll see you guys on Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday.
Coach JP.
Thank you to our show sponsor, More Beer. You can get absolutely everything you need to make great beer at home by going to morebeer.com. Stefan from Galmegi Brewing in South Korea was on to talk about the really cool beer scene. Learn more over at galmegibrewing.com. If you desire to hear JP drone on about things other than beer, check out his Disney-centric podcast, Ears Up. Listen over at earsuppodcast.com or iTunes or wherever the fuck cool people do some cool shit. There's even a real cool churro shirt. Warren's on a diet, finally, that fat tub of lard. Go check out Moscow's Hop Cartoons over at hoplifestore.com. For some good beer insight and homebrew info, follow Nate Smith at Nathan Homebrew and Mike McDowell at Tasty McD. Production director on the session has been Push Eject. Today's show has been produced by Scott Moskowitz. JP was drinking an IPA, but only because Sully was sitting right next to him. And Bevo still can't work her microphone. And your host was Justin Crossley. Be sure to find the Brew Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Justin's a nice guy and winning the race. JP does great as his charity.